么办嘛？ Hi guys. Sorry. My mic was muted. I definitely did not think I went past 10 minutes. My sense of time is absolutely shot. Um, yeah. Hi. I have been First I'll say hi to everyone. Hi Noodle. Hi Salem Ghost. Hi Jailsu. Hi Dog. Hi Will Wilson. Hi Eric. Hi Dude Named Josh. Hi Hap. Hi Oh my goodness. Hi Doombot. Hi Dog. Hi Orange Slice. Hi Chris. Hi I Was the Fifth. Hi Kime Kimo. Hi Malo. Hello GG Jams Music. Hi Cat Faye. Hello Dozen R Gaming. Hi Drake. Hi Nuggets fan. Hello Rymosh. Hello Muffins. Hello Holshoe. Hello. Oh my goodness. There's so many people. So many first time chatters too. Hi Jace Pablo. Hi MMCMC. Hi Etho. Hi I Was the Fifth. Hi Alex. Hi everybody joining the TikTok live as well. I also have a TikTok live going on right now. Cause I just sorry, I didn't realize the music was so loud. Cause I didn't realize None I didn't realize. I used to do this back in the day. Hi, Joseph. Hello, everyone. Hi. I know there's not that many people because I'm not talking to the TikTok live that much. I just realized back in the day when I did a TikTok live that it actually led to a lot more people joining new people who would have never thought to join the Twitch live stream to join the Twitch live stream. So if you guys haven't already been in the Twitch live stream, oh my goodness. My brain. I almost burped really loud, which it's fine on stream because I'm comfortable with my Twitch community. But this is my first time doing a TikTok live in like literally years. Noodle, thank you so much for the sub. W 16 months is actually insane that you've been here that long. That's actually crazy. Thank you so much. Mwah. Hi friends. Hi. Welcome into TikTok Live. Hi Alexander Lintern. Hello. Hello Alinix. Hi Smelly. Is the music still way too loud? Is it still way too loud? Oh my goodness, I'm surprised. I really thought that I turned it down enough for you guys. What about now? Is the music still way too loud? This is good. This is a good amount of music. Okay, it's much better. Okay. Okay, perfect. Hi, Pepier. Hello, everyone. Anyone possibly... Hello, everyone. Why do you keep coming on my free page? And, oh, that's an inappropriate comment. Wow. This is why I don't do TikTok lives. The first comment that I read on the TikTok live was not PG-13. This is why I feel safer on Twitch, believe it or not. It's surprising. Oh, you'd bark for me? How about you join the Twitch live and hang out in the ! Discord if you're not already part of Discord for me? Eh? How about you love yourself and treat yourself and others with respect for me? That would be great. Hi, Sokuzen from Poland. Oh my gosh. I've realized I have people literally from all over the world that follow me, and it's actually insane to think about. Alexander Lintern, thank you so much for the gifted sub. Aw, W gifted sub. Can we get W's in the chat for the gifted sub? Thank you for the follow, Senkit. Mwah. Gang, I don't want weirdos like that in the Discord. Listen, if you're gonna join the Discord, if you're gonna join the Twitch live stream, if you're gonna join the ! Discord and chat, and in the Twitch chat, I don't think it'll work in the TikTok chat. It is a very like wholesome vibe community where I feel like we're a very cozy community. Like I feel like it's super rare to find that on Twitch too. I am very, very blessed. #blessed. Oh my gosh. Alexander Lintern, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. Is actually insane. That's actually insane. That's actually an insane amount of gifted subs. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Alexander. That's actually so nice. Mwah! I feel really awkward right now. I'm not gonna lie. It's funny because like on Twitch, if I'm just Twitch live streaming, I feel super cozy because I feel like I can fully be myself. It's almost like the people I see in chat, like, hi Marino, hi dude named Josh, hi Coop Thor. It's almost like you got whoops sneezed. Brother sneezed and gifted 5 subs. That's crazy. Bro's pockets must be lined. Thank you so much. Sinkit, thank you so much for using your Prime sub on me. Mwah! I know you guys only get 1 Prime sub, so that's so sweet that you use it on me. Thank you for the follow. What is that? What is that? I just saw a whale go across my screen on my TikTok live. What is that? I didn't know that was a thing. It made a splash noise. Pokemon card pull is redeemed? Oh my gosh, yeah. Well, do you guys... Okay, we'll do a Pokemon card pull. I'm a little overwhelmed right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh,
hi, Notspoo. Welcome in the chat. First time chat. Hello, GG Jams Music. Hi, Terror. So, oh, you refunded it? Okay, thank you, Smelly, for letting me know. W mods. So for those of you who don't know, if you join my Twitch, we have some really cool things that you can do. And if you go into the little channel points, we call them binks on my channel. If you go to the little channel points, you can redeem a couple things like hydrate or posture check, because I'm notoriously... What is that? Now there's jellyfish going across my stream. What is that? Because I'm notorious...
Oh, perfect.
Alexander, yo! Bro, stop sneezing. Bless you, brother. Bless you. Bro has pockets. Bro has multiple pockets. Bro's wearing cargo pants. The amount his pockets are lined. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted. Mwah. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. I'm opening an entire Pokemon booster box of Journey together right now. And the arts are so good. Oh, wait. That actually... I've been, like, getting really into the Pokemon booster packs. I just don't... I'm not ready to spend my money on, like, collecting booster packs and stuff yet. Like, I do every now and then, but not to the extreme yet. Because I feel like I have so much going on in my life right now. No, Alexander, chill, brother. Chill. My Minecraft cape is broken. Strange. Are you also streaming on Twitch? Yes. So for those of you here in the TikTok live, I am actually pretty much giving I kind of give most my attention to Twitch, but I'm streaming on Twitch, and Twitch is like it's my safe place. You guys, the people in my Twitch community, the people in my Twitch chat, they feel like family. I feel a little awkward right now because here on TikTok live, this is like my first live in like a year. I don't know how to do this at all. And I'm not gonna lie, some of you guys kind of feel like strangers to me. But here on Twitch, if you join the Twitch, it's HNNHXS on Twitch, I feel very cozy, very safe, very swag, very good, very much myself. Hello, hi Milla, hi Sasha, hi everyone. Hi the Big Ravenger, welcome into chat. Oh my gosh, more? Yo, hi Red Falcon, hello. Dude, Alexander, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. Bro, thank you. Again? Bro's getting sick. Somebody make this man some soup. Oh my gosh. Alexander, I hope every time you actually sneeze in real life, you don't just accidentally spend money. That would be insane. I would be ruined because every time I sneeze, I don't know about you guys, but I have this problem where every time I sneeze, I have to sneeze like 3 times in a row. It's never just 1 sneeze. It's never just 2 sneezes. It's always like 3 or 4 sneezes in a row. Hi, Sorix. Hello. Welcome in the chat. Who's Hannah? I don't know. I don't know who that chick is. Probably someone really cool and funny and cool and really sexy and really swag and really like just cool and awesome and funny and probably like super humble too. Yeah. Yeah, that's probably I don't know. I don't know that Hannah girl. Yo, God who loves Jesus, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. Yo, dude. Hi, God who loves Jesus, by the way. How are you? I saw you were in Miki's 24-hour live stream. How was it? Were any of you guys in her 24-hour live stream? Speaking of which, for those of you who don't know, also, hi TikTok fam. I'm also streaming here on Twitch right now. So I'm kind of like, to be honest, I'm literally, my goal here is to bring you guys, like, every time a new viewer pops in here, I want to bring you guys over to my Twitch where I can like give you proper attention and like entertainment and fun, and you can like become part of the community or something like that. And it's super chill and swag. So yeah, so like my goal isn't to like have a bunch of people right here on this TikTok live. My goal is to get you to just grab you and then throw you into TikTok. HNNHXS on TikTok. Wait, not on TikTok, on Twitch. Oh my gosh, my brain. I'm really nervous, y'all. I don't know why. I'm nervous. Hi, Ruben. At least it's not like Mika sneezes. What are Mika sneezes like? Triple sneeze is crazy, bro. I feel like, honestly, it's a power play. Have you ever, when dad sneeze? Imagine a dad triple sneeze. You know how, like, when dad sneeze, it's like insanely loud. Hi, Tamer Diamond. Welcome in. Guy who loved Jesus sneezed as well, yo. Polar Man. Was the Minecraft movie good? It was definitely an experience. Would I say it's a really good kids movie? It's very brain rot. I'd say it's very brain rot. Would I say it's peak cinema? For the brain rot and for the memes, yes, absolutely, I would say that. Would I say that it was good? Like, good cinema? Like, directed well? Quality? Yeah, this, was the storyline amazing? But the memes were great. Every time I sneeze, the whole house falls. Well, that's bro's the wolf from the Three Pig story. Welcome, thank you for the follow, Mountain Dude. Whiffted. Jailsu, hi Jailsu, hi Storex, love your bangs. Okay, funny enough, hi JMCB. Funny enough, my bangs, they're kind of getting at this weird length where like thank you for the follow. If I like have my bangs just out like normal. It doesn't look bad, but this is not, like, they're very long right now. Like, they kind of, like, cover my eyes almost. I'm having a hard time getting them to do, like, the actual, like, curtain bang thing that I usually have them do. See, it's just falling strange. So what I'm doing is I'm in that weird phase of, like, bangs where I just tuck the rest of my hair behind my ears. And then it almost looks like I have, like, little bang antennas going on, like I'm a little ant, like I'm a little bug. Minecraft. Speaking of Minecraft, I do want to make a new Minecraft server for you guys. Hello everyone. Hello. How are you guys? Welcome into the TikTok live. I'm literally just TikTok live to try to force you guys to go to my Twitch because it's way cooler over there. I'm just saying. Would you recommend your chair? Thank you for the follow, Papa Chan. Okay, so my chair, this is my chair. It's the Secret Lab Diva chair. Now you might be saying, Hannah, oh my gosh, you're such an e-girl because you chose the Diva chair. What an e-girl thing. Well, actually, I play a lot of Overwatch, as most of you who are regulars know, and when I first started playing Overwatch, my main was Diva. Guess what? Diva's real name is Hannah. Guess what my name is? Hannah. Guess what her favorite hobbies are? Eating snacks and playing video games. Guess what my favorite hobbies are? Yeah. Thank you so much for a follow. And like whenever I did play her, because I was so new to it, tank was like the easiest to main. Whenever I did play her, she always had this like, she has this one voice line where it's like, we got this, Hannah. And it literally made me feel happy. It gave me a little boost of dopamine every time I played. So that is why I have the Diva chair, because I used to be a Diva main. And I was honestly pretty fire at Diva, but now I much prefer DPS or support. I'm an Ana main whenever I play support. Hannah, you mean Anakin Skywalker? It was fantastic. Are you gonna buy the Nintendo Switch too? I saw that they have a new button on the Nintendo Switch too, with the letter C on it. I mean, what more could you ask for from Nintendo? I mean, yeah, definitely. I'm gonna drop like $1,000 for games and a new console that has one new button added to it. Yeah, for sure. Hello, Josh Cordeo. Welcome in. Dang, I missed Miki's 24-hour. She was doing it during like, also the subs were like 30% off that week as well, or that day. So she had like that, it lined up perfectly. She didn't even mean to do it, but it lined up perfectly in perfect timing. Unfortunately, mine does not line up with that perfect timing. But I do try to make it as entertaining as possible, and I did try to make it kind of realistic of like sub goals of what we could get to. Hello, thanks for the follow. But my 24-hour stream will be next Friday, I believe, on the 11th. Thank you for the follow. Hi, Hannah. I don't always get the chance to join stream or comment, but I thought I'd say hello. Hello, Proud Moose. Well, welcome in. I'm glad that you're commenting now, honestly. Like, seeing people active in chat actually makes my day, believe it or not. Thank you for the stretch. W stretch redeem. Have you played Schedule 1? I actually have played Schedule 1, but me personally, see, I don't really endorse drugs or drinking. I don't do drugs or drink. I am Christian, and for me personally, that means that I do abstain from certain things. But I have no like hate on it. But I did play Schedule 1, and because my friends wanted to play with me, but I didn't make it a huge deal. And I probably will play Schedule 1 again. But it's mostly just a game that I'd play with friends, if that makes sense, because they want to play, rather than a game that me personally I'm interested in. I don't know if that made any sense at all. Hi, the Say Lily. Welcome into chat. First time chat, W. Thank you for the follow, Shime. Elias, W sub from Elias. 30 months. Oh my gosh, you've been here forever. I'm getting old. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Elias. Once I sneezed and hit plus 100 dB. I'm not joking. Uh-oh. It's a movie that doesn't take itself seriously, and that's a good thing. So with the Minecraft movie, I do think the fact that it played into the memes. It wasn't trying to be anything that it wasn't. The way that they advertised the Minecraft movie, oh my goodness, sorry. The way that they advertised the Minecraft movie was like, it was a meme. They advertised it to be a meme. The way that they directed it and the way that they did it was a meme. They also gave a tribute to, I'm not going to spoil it. I feel like everybody already knows who it is. But they also gave a tribute to a really awesome Minecraft player, to an absolute king who never dies, a legend who never dies. My bad. Thank you for the follow, Corn. And so that was fire. You didn't know who he was? That's sad. So I couldn't be mad about that. Yeah, fair enough. It's only really good if you play with friends. Yeah, I think it's also a game that you're supposed to play with friends. I was mostly pickpocketing people the whole game. Thanks for the follow, Mutilated Smiley. Yeah. For those of you who don't know who it was Technoblade. They gave an homage to Technoblade in the movie, which is, I actually like teared up, which even though it's like a meme movie and they weren't like super serious about anything, it did mean a lot to me. Cause like, I'm not even gonna go into that because I will get emotional, because I have been emotional this whole week. Everything makes me cry this week. Will it be nominated for an Academy Award for Best Picture? Ooh, yeah. Yeah, I think Minecraft will win an Oscar for Best Acting, for sure. Hello, Arno from France. Wow, we got some people from France. Francis. Beach Boys, very good band, surfing in the USA. What am I doing today? I'm kind of just chatting. I don't know. I really don't know what I'm doing. We might end up playing a game. We might not. We might react to something. We might. I could low-key, I could even like build a shelf. If you guys haven't seen this room, maybe at this angle it looks a little better. Here, I'll show you guys. It has a lot of work to be done. I'm still working on it a lot. It's been rough out here. If I'm being completely honest, mentally, perhaps I haven't been 100% recently. And so it's sometimes it's hard to just do the littlest things recently. Thank you, Malik. That's so sweet. Do a backflip? Dude, if I could do a backflip, it would be over for all of you. I feel like I was nerfed. The fact that I didn't grow up. I wanted to do gymnastics so bad as a kid, but my parents were broke when I was a child. I had a single mom when I was a kid, and with an older sister at the time. We did not have the money to be doing gymnastics. I don't know if you guys know this, but getting into gymnastics as a kid or dance of any sort is so expensive for no reason. I mean, like, you don't even need, like, the gym, you don't even need that much equipment. It'd be so cool if you reacted to Epic, the musical. I actually haven't listened through all of Epic the musical. I have seen so much about Epic the musical. I grew up a theater kid, so I honestly, I could be down to react if that's something you guys want to see. Hello, Pat. There better be a lot of streams in these next 3 months. Why would there not be? Whoa. Hi, the hat guy. She's self-aware. Self-aware. What? What did I do this time?
Oh,
Hello,
perfect.
Hi, St. Lily. Hello. Oh my gosh, I'm so behind in chat. Hey, nerd. Hope the stream goes well today. Thank you, Hasio. I hope so as well. It's very strange streaming on TikTok as well. Hello, Cerebrus. Hi from Paris. Hope you come to visit one day. I have heard some great things about Paris, but I have also heard, okay, if you're a French person in my chat, either my TikTok or my Twitch right now, I would love to hear from you personally. Why is it true that you guys hate foreigners? Cuz it scares me. It scares me to go to France and Paris and all these places. I feel like as an English speaker who looks very American, I don't think I would have a good time. I feel like I'm a people pleaser. So if I know that people don't want me there, I'm not going to have fun. And I've heard so much about how like French people just do not like English speakers at all. So it makes me not want to go. I'm not going to lie. Hi, Ferdy. Hello. What's your favorite Bible verse? Oh, that's hard. That's really difficult. Let me get back to you on that one. I would say it's probably either for a Romans verse or a First Corinthians verse. Those are some of my favorite books of the Bible, but I don't know. I'd have to get back to you on my favorite. It's the American attitude normally, not being American, I think. Okay, but here's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that the French have an attitude as well. That's what I'm hearing. I don't know for sure. I'm hearing that every single type of person from a different country has their own kind of attitude, right? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. I just don't know. Thank you for the follow, Wagon. Hi, Davey Speedwagon. Welcome in the chat. I'll do the double the drugs and alcohol to cancel out your abstinence from them. Thanks, Chelsea. What would we do without you? Hi, handsome spinach. There is no way Hannah's this far behind in chat right now. Oh, you would be surprised. You would actually be surprised. My favorite part was the Jennifer Coolidge stuff. I thought they had it was like so cringe. The Jennifer Coolidge romance like side plot was so cringy, but it was like I hated that I actually found it funny. I hated that like it actually made me laugh so much. I'm Portuguese and I don't know who he was. Oh, you're talking about Technoblade. That's fair. Hi, Soy Nelson. Hi, Wow, words. Hi, Mutilated Smiley. Welcome in the chat. I'm gonna go see it tomorrow and all I'm hoping for is a cool popcorn bucket. I got the chicken jockey bucket, but that's it. I wanted the diamond pickaxe popcorn bucket because to me that was the coolest looking one, but unfortunately, of course, they were completely sold out of it. How are you? I feel like I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. I have my coffee, my second one of the day. I got an espresso machine recently because I am a big coffee fanatic. And I know that I literally am such a coffee fanatic that I have a hard time. Like, I literally want, like, for me, my self-care slash fun days is like, can I go to a bunch of different coffee shops and try the different coffees and like rate them and know the difference of taste and learn more. I know that sounds so stupid. It's almost like a special interest of sorts. Thank you for the follow, Brian. But at the same time, it's expensive to do that. Coffee, like especially good espresso and like good lattes, like it's literally like $7 for a latte, not including a tip. Thank you so much for a follow these days, which we can have a whole conversation about American tipping culture. In America, a latte, if you go to a coffee shop, you pay how much? How much is it? Like, I'd probably say anywhere from like $7 to $8 for a latte. Probably about the same size as this, which honestly, like this looks big, but it's just because it's filled to the brim with ice. This is not as big as it seems. And also like when I say as big as this, I mean up to here. Like it's not even filled fully all the way. I'd say this much coffee for $7. And then and then after you buy the coffee, they'll turn the what do you call it? The kiosk, the little thing where you just pay money, and they'll be like, "Oh, it's gonna ask you a question real quick. Oh, it's just gonna ask you a quick little question. No biggie, no biggie. And it asks you to tip. And I feel like in that moment, it's just so difficult being a people pleaser. And also, I was raised in the South, so I have a very like I guess a people pleasing culture almost. If the Southern culture, like if you go to America, there's like a Northern culture and like a Southerner culture, and up north, people tend to not really hold doors open for people or ask people how their day's going. Like people mind their own business for the most part. But in the South, it's a huge thing to like always open the door for someone, always say hi, how are you doing? Always say like how's the kids, always start a little conversation with everyone you meet because it's the polite thing to do. It's polite culture. It's the Southern politeness culture. And so being in the Southern, growing up in the not only growing up in the Southern politeness culture, but also growing up being just learning to be such a people pleaser, it is so difficult for me when somebody asks me to tip, even if the service that I'm getting isn't really providing a service. Like you're like when the worker's getting paid not minimum wage, like they're getting paid hourly to make the coffee for me. They're not getting paid by tip to make the coffee for me. What am I tipping the service worker for? That's what confuses me. And of course, like the people pleaser in me is like, yeah, but like they don't get paid enough, so I want to help them out. It might make their day. But at the same time, like I can't be doing that. And it's already overpriced for a coffee. $7 is already way too much for a coffee. It's not my fault. This is the job that you chose that doesn't give you enough money if that's what you're worried about. But at the same time, I feel like it's my fault. I feel like if I don't tip them and they're having a bad day, it's my fault they're having a bad day. Ugh. I get paid $10 an hour, that's why you tip me, but that's not the customer's fault. If the product is already overpriced and you're getting paid underpaid, you shouldn't be working there. Because it's not the customer's fault that you're getting underpaid when you're not providing a specific service beyond what you're getting paid to do. The customer should not be entitled to a tip. Unfortunately, It's become an issue. It's become a corporate greed issue where you guys are getting underpaid even though you deserve more pay for what you're doing, and it's almost expected to get that tip, but the product is still the same price. The product is still overpriced. It's not. I get going to eat out. I get going to a restaurant, a sit-down restaurant where you have a server who takes your order, who is making sure your drink is constantly refilled, who is making sure your food comes out right, who is making sure if you need any condiments, somebody who is constantly serving you. That makes sense for a tip, right? But why would I tip you the same amount that I would tip? Like, why would I tip you 10% for doing something? Why would I tip you 20% for doing something that you're being paid for doing that somebody else in a different industry is getting paid minimum wage for and is like doing 100 times more the work and effort? Just because, and it sucks because it's like, yeah, I get it. I get that, like, it's hard because it's like, even in that position, of course you want to still get a tip because you're getting underpaid, and maybe you're struggling to find a job in other places because there's a lack of job opportunities. But it's not the customer or the consumer's fault. That is a corporate issue. And I don't think it should ever be expected of the customer to have to tip that if it's outside of like a restaurant or like a bartender, like an extra service where somebody's like, actually, even honestly, like even at bartenders, it's kind of getting out of hand. Like, for a bartender, I wouldn't tip. Well, okay, they're doing a lot, but I still wouldn't tip 20% if they're getting paid hourly. But a lot of bartenders are being paid the same as a waiter or waitress, so it's different. Coffee, on the other hand, I feel like a barista should be getting paid more hourly, and it shouldn't be up to a tip. Because what you're doing as a barista is you're basically like a cook. Thank you for the follow. Like, you're just making the orders. That's what you're paid to do. One person's taking the orders, the other person's making them. If you're doing more than that, then you're doing more than you should be you are doing more than you should be doing for the pay you're getting, and you should get a different job. Unfortunately, especially like corporate takes advantage of like underage workers or like younger workers or just the workforce in general so much. It's like $7 for a coffee should be able to afford you a better pay wage. $7 for a coffee is insane. Do you know how like expensive it is to make a coffee? The coffee that I get at Starbucks, like if I went to Starbucks that I pay $7 for, costs like $1 to make. Not even. So the income that this company is getting is insane. They should have the income to pay you enough. Either lower the price of your products and then expect a tip, where, you know, to for that pay gap, or pay your workers better. I don't know. I don't know what it's like in Europe. I know that tip culture is very different in Europe. It is very. What's the best coffees at Starbucks? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It is absolutely not Starbucks. If you want a good coffee, go to like local coffee shops. You need to learn what a burnt espresso versus like a properly brewed, like a perfectly brewed espresso tastes like. And also you need to like kind of figure out your palate for coffee, because there's a bunch of just like wine, for instance. There's a white wine and there's a red wine, and then there's a rosé, like, and a white wine is a much sweeter than a red wine. A red wine might be a bit more bitter or dry, but there's also different types even within that. It's the same with coffee, where there's like a blonde roast, like let's say in the espresso world with like lattes and stuff, there's a blonde roast, and then there's a medium roast, and then there's a dark roast. Some coffee places will even mix them, do half medium and half blonde espresso and mix it, and like, you just have to figure out what your palate is and make sure you find a place where the baristas actually know how to brew it properly and that the coffee grinds that they're getting are high quality. If it's a place like Starbucks, the coffee grinds at Starbucks are okay, but they're not high quality. It's low quality coffee. The reason why Starbucks tastes good is because they add a bajillion like different sugary syrups to it. You need to find a place that you like the coffee where you can actually taste the coffee, where it's not just like sugar that you're drinking, basically. Like Dutch Bros, I love Dutch Bros. Dutch Bros is so fun for a sweet treat. It's not real coffee. I mean, it's coffee, but it's like, it's a sweet treat. Let's be real. If you drink Dutch Bros, you're not a coffee drinker. You're a sweet treat drinker. If I could do a backflip, that's all I would spend my time doing. That's what I'm saying. This is why I was nerfed because I can't do a backflip. Hi, Gracie, by the way. Also, guys on the TikTok live, by the way, I am live on Twitch. That's who I'm talking to the most right now. That's why I'm looking this way at my other camera. It's HNNHXS on Twitch. My goal is more to get you guys right here over to my Twitch right now. Oh my gosh, I have to blow my nose so bad. Hi, PS Pachan. Okay. Hi, Wagon. Okay, I'm saying hi to everyone as I go by. Hi, DB Anarchy. Thank you for the follow. I think it's more ignorance. Let's be honest. Us Americans are a bit ignorant. Oh, you're talking about the French thing from forever ago because I'm super behind in chat. And some Americans go to other countries expecting to know English when it's us who should learn their language if we're going to another's country. Wait, okay. That makes sense. I can understand that. Thank you for the follow, Look Skyfighter. I can understand that, but that's what like Google Translate and stuff is for. And I also think that I do think like yes, that makes sense. Thank you for the follow, but there's also an issue. Gang, it's gonna be 10:45 right now. Read out the time when you see this. 3:57. I think that there is an aspect of like, okay, what's the most like commonly spoken language in the world? I think right now the most commonly spoken languages goes English and then Spanish, and then I know that the top two are English and Spanish right now, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I'm so behind. I'm sorry, guys. I will catch up, I promise. And I'm not saying that that makes anyone entitled to being able to speak that language, but I do think that I don't think it's ignorant to believe that if the most spoken language in the world is English, or whatever it would be, to think that if you go outside of the world, you are more than likely, I don't think it's ignorant to believe that you're likely to run into others in other countries that also speak English. I don't think that is ignorant to believe. However, I do think it is entitled to believe that people should learn your language or should understand you. Thank you for the follow. So I think that there's definitely like grace in those areas. I don't know how many Americans genuinely have that entitlement. I don't know, cuz I don't, but you know, there's a reason there's a stereotype for certain things. So even if not everyone is that way, it doesn't mean that there aren't a large majority of people that are that way. Thank you for the follow. But yeah, I don't think it's ignorant to believe that if you go to another country not knowing their language, you're gonna find someone that might speak your language, or that there might be a couple words that they understand. I mean, from my understanding, almost every other country in the world, from my understanding, and I could be very wrong, it is just like in like America, we learn another language, whether that be French or Spanish or whatever. We're actually required in most states to at least take 2 years of another language. To my understanding, it's a similar system outside of the US in almost every other country, that one of the languages they offer or demand, in some countries even, it's expected, like they take it for more than 2 years to learn English. So I do think it is entitled to believe that others should learn your language or should know your language when you go out of the world, but I don't think it's ignorant to believe that when you go to other places, that the most spoken language in the world, you're not gonna meet someone else or find someone who knows that language. So I do think like it's not ignorant to think that you can go to another country not knowing their language and not find someone to help you. Like, I think it's gonna be possible for sure. I don't think it's completely ignorant. Granted, I don't think it's intelligent, like crazy smart to do that, but or easy. That's why French don't like English. But is it because it's common? Is it because it's common that people are entitled? Or is it because it's common that people believe that there's going to be somebody that speaks English? Because I don't think that's ignorant, and I don't think that's entitled to believe that on a logical standpoint. However, I do think it's entitled to expect it, to expect someone else to, especially if you just run into just anyone or any store or you're shopping or something, I think it's, or like going to a restaurant, I think it's entitled to expect them to understand what you're saying. I think that you should have like Google Translate or something. I don't think it's entitled or ignorant to use Google Translate. I don't think it's entitled or ignorant to not learn the language completely before you go to another country. Like, I think it's fine. Thank you so much for a follow. I think it's fine to hire a translator. I think it's fine to have Google Translate as long as you're not trying to have a full conversation, but to like order a meal, I think that's fine. I think that it's actually entitled for you to expect somebody coming to your country to know everything about your country and to be able to perfectly speak that language to you. I think it goes the same way both ways. However, like I said, I do think it's entitled if you think that somebody else should know your language. No matter, like, especially businesses and stuff, whenever you interact with them. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, y'all? Your coffee cup is cute. Do you like it? Oh, I also decorated my water bottle. I'm still in the process of adding stickers to it. I'm opening up a P.O. box soon. So, look, there's no face on it. There's a little banana and a silverfish. It says, "Life is fresh, live it with Jesus." I'm opening a P.O. box soon, so, hopefully before, I'm gonna try to do it this weekend so that it gives you guys a little bit of time if you wanted to send something before the 24-hour stream, so I can open some stuff on the 24-hour stream. But if you guys want to send stickers or anything, I can put them on my water bottle and stuff. That'd be super cool. As long as they're PG, like, as you guys know, I personally don't curse or like drink or smoke or anything like that. So like, I don't mind if other people do that. I'm not in a place to like judge others for not believing the same things as me or whatever. I'm not that way. But for me personally, I don't try to like rep those things. So when you do send stuff to me, or if you want to send a sticker or something, just, you know, keep in mind my personality and who I am. But either way, I'm still super, super stoked and super grateful for anything anyone's like goes out of the way to send to me. That's crazy. Coffee critic Hannah, I am huge on coffee. I think you've mentioned Emma Chamberlain in the past. Do you watch her podcast? The first one I watched. Well, I don't know if it's me or you. Chug Jug, give me a moment. I also have to blow my nose. 1 second. I'm gonna blow my nose right here, but I'm sorry if it sounds gross. I tried to like stand further away so you wouldn't hear it as much. My bad. I've been getting like I think I get allergies really easily, like during season changes. I get a lot of drainage, especially when I talk a lot. I don't know if there's like a scientific I actually don't know if there's like a scientific reason to that, but for some reason, when I talk a lot, my nose gets stuffy sometimes. Very strange. Okay, I'm gonna try reading this again and try not to have a stroke. I know you've mentioned Emma Chamberlain in the past. Do you watch her podcast? I'm assuming this is what you're trying to say. Also, guys, I am also on Twitch right now, and that's who I'm talking to the most right now. But so if you guys want to join the Twitch chat, it's HNNHXS on Twitch. Okay, I'm thinking this is what you're trying to say. I watched the Emma Chamberlain podcast for the first time this week. I watched one of the episodes about the convenience paradox, and I think you'd like it. She talked about coffee a lot. Okay, have you guys seen, like, okay, so I do like Emma Chamberlain. I don't necessarily agree with everything that she says or does, but I do like her, and I like how real she tries to be, and I like how even if she's not right, she's honest. I think that's a very honorable and admirable quality. Thank you for the follow. I think, Hannah, you should do a podcast. I don't know. I don't know if I would be very interesting, to be honest. Um, I think that like with the Emma Chamberlain, there's like a lot of drama about Emma Chamberlain right now, to my knowledge. It's not like crazy. I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that like people are like really hating on Emma Chamberlain for making these what do you call them? Not vlogs, these podcasts where she's talking about nothing. Thank you for the follow, meow 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 meow. But where she's talking about. Sorry, that music was just too loud. People are like clowning on Emma Chamberlain because she's, obviously she's a bit out of touch with the common person. Because, I mean, she's a millionaire. Like, she has shmoolah. She doesn't have to worry about a lot of things. That doesn't mean that she's not still relatable to some extent. That doesn't mean that she's not interesting to some extent. But I do think that some people, I do know that some people are being very mean towards her, because in these podcasts where she's not saying anything revelation, like she's not having these huge revelations or anything. It's more just like what I was talking about, where it's like, yeah, tip culture's crazy. Moving on. Yeah, there's different kinds of coffee. Moving on. Yeah, this is my experience in relationships and what I think about them. Da 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 da. And she's not necessarily an expert in any of these fields, but she's just yapping about it, right? I think that that's interesting, me personally. A lot of people are clowning on her because she's not providing any new revolutionary information. But I don't know what people expect from a content creator who's all about just being honest in herself and very raw in herself. And I think like I think it's really cool that she isn't in touch. I know this sounds strange. I think it's really cool that she isn't as in touch with the common person, and that she makes so much money that she's well off, but she's still honest and raw. She's not trying to like save face. She's not trying to hide behind a mask or play a character. She's still honest and raw, and it's cool. It's interesting to me to hear the inner workings of that kind of person's mind, because I don't know about you guys, but I understand the common person a bit more. And the reason I watch people who are like the common people talk about things is because it's relatable. But whenever I listen to somebody like Emma Chamberlain, we're at the status she is in life now, talk about things like talking about when she went to Paris or whatever for a weekend, for like Fashion Week, or I don't know, something like that, right? When she talks about those things, she's still very raw and real about it and honest, and she doesn't hide things. And I think it's not as relatable, obviously, because you're not in her shoes. You're not going to Paris Fashion Week, like you're not being invited by Louis Vuitton. But it's interesting. I think it's entertaining in its own right. I think it's a different kind of entertainment. And I think people are clowning on her because they think that she has to provide relatability to be worth something. And I don't think that's true. I think that she has done that for so much of her career, and she blew up to an extent that it's kind of impossible for her to relate to the same level that other people. I mean, even for me, just being a content creator full time, there are certain things that I can't relate to the same way I did when I was a full-time waitress or when I was working a 9 to 5 at an oil and gas company. I have become out of touch in certain ways. I don't have to leave my house to pay the bills. I don't have to leave my house to pay the bills. That alone, like even somebody doing a 9 to 5 working from home, or somebody being homeschooled versus going to school, your relatability is going to be very different. And since her audience is now, since her relatability is now more niche because there's not as many people who are millionaires in the world, I think that a lot of people are just very much criticizing her instead of seeing her content as a new thing. She's not trying to be the same as old Emma Chamberlain. She's just being herself. And it can be entertaining in a different light. And I think that people, I don't know, I just think it's wild that people are clowning on someone when there's podcasts. I know there's just one podcast. There's these 4 like middle school boys, and it's so funny. It's so funny. Oh my gosh. It's on, if you go on Instagram, I forget the name of it, but there's these 4 like middle school boys, maybe freshmen in high school, maybe. And they're literally just like, this is about how their podcast goes. Thank you for the follow, Vermin Crusher. This is about how their podcast goes. Yeah, so what's your favorite school lunch? Yeah, I like when they have those the nachos. They're pretty good. Yeah, because you can put whatever you want on them. Yeah. Other dude. Yeah. I agree with that. The 4th guy. You know, I like when they have those cheese sticks. Oh yeah, the cheese sticks. Those are good. Yeah. Well, what do you get for the side? Oh, oranges. Yeah, the oranges are good. Yeah. No, see, I think the nachos are still better. Yeah, no, yeah, I agree with you. Yeah. Silence. So what's you guys' favorite pizza flavor? Like, what do you like an hour of that, and these kids have millions of views. Millions of views. For they're giving us absolutely nothing, but it's so funny, and even that has its own form of entertainment because it's so dumb. It's so dumb, but it's still like weirdly entertaining. And guess what? It's not them that's necessarily entertaining. These kids, like, I love that they're still putting themselves out there, and they're pursuing what they want to do, like especially at a young age. But these kids aren't necessarily crazy entertaining or like anything new for the generation. But the comment section, the people watching it, is what made it so entertaining, which is that leads me on another track of mind, but we'll get there in a second. The comment section will do things such as they gave nicknames to these kids. There's like the alpha male kid, because they've noticed this pattern or this trend that when this kid speaks, the other kids kind of shut up, and when this kid disagrees with somebody else, oh my gosh, a hydrate and a posture check. My bad. When this happens, thank you for the hydrate and the posture check. When this happens, the other kids are like, when this kid disagrees with other kids, usually the other 2 kids out of the 4 will take this guy's side. So he's like the alpha male, and then there's the other guy who's like, I forget what name they gave him. They gave him like some funny nickname, and they are always talking about how he has L takes, and then sometimes they'll be like, oh, this guy has a W take today. He's changing. He's starting to take the lead. They're like coming up with these imaginary positions for these kids. It's so funny. But that leads on to another path of like, okay, well, like, their podcast is not the most entertaining. Like, genuinely, it's not. But you can add your own entertainment to it. It's because of the people who watch it that it became so entertaining, right? And so that also adds another layer with, like, let's say the whole Emma Chamberlain drama, that it's not even about the creator fully. The creator, there are so many people we have famous, so many people that they're not that interesting. But we, as the consumer, can bring the interest in. That's what, have you guys ever seen celebrities kind of fall off, and then all of a sudden a random meme of that celebrity that a random person made brings them back into the spotlight, and then that meme becomes everything, and then everybody sees them in that light, and so everything they do becomes way funnier because they see them in that light. Like, it's really, like, it's so intriguing how, like, the dynamics with, like, not only the content creator but also the viewers, also the community. Like, thank you so much for a follow. It's not just one or the other. Both have to be equally entertaining, and that's how you create somebody who's like massive. Oh, taper. Sorry. Anyways, I'm so behind in chat. This is really bad. Okay. All right. We're scrolling. Okay. All right. Alexander Linter, thank you so much for the sub. Bro gifted subs earlier, and he wasn't even subbed himself. That's actually insane. Thank you so much, Alexander. Mwah. Also, have you guys seen? I have Pokemon nails. I have the oh my gosh, I'm hitting the microphone. I have my Pokemon nails. It's a love ball, a master ball, a heal ball, and a dream ball. I designed them myself. And I found, okay, come on, focus. And I found someone who could do them. And I'm so happy with them. It literally, I'll go to the gym and I'll be lifting weights and I'll be like super tired. I'll be like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. And then I look at my nails and I'll be like, maybe I could do another set. I mean, it's like a little hit of dopamine. I don't know. If you guys ever, I don't know, like, there's a reason why girls like getting their nails done or like feeling pretty. It's like it's like art. It's like living art. And it's like a fun little hit of dopamine. Mandarin Chinese is the most spoken. Is that true? Thank you for the follow. I'm sorry, Noodle. I'm sorry. Welcome in, Ahan. Welcome in the chat. Oh my gosh, Satan's here. What's good? There's so many new faces. Wait, I'm so happy I did this TikTok live. There's so many new faces in the Twitch now. Hi, Frederico. Hi, Ahan. Hi, everyone. Welcome. Hi, Gaming Beast. What's good? Bye, Drake. See you later. Hi, Pam. Hello. Please, is the music too loud still? Really? I definitely have been turning it down a bit. My nose hairs have me sneezing like crazy recently. Bro needs to get, there's like nose hair trimmers that you can buy. Like it's almost like an electric what do you call it? Shaver? It's like an electric, what do you call it? It's like an electric razor, but it's like specifically for trimming your nose hairs. So you like put it up your nose and it trims your nose hairs for you. It's super neat. They be letting anyone start a podcast these days. That's very true. That's why I'm like, I don't know if I want to be the 1 millionth podcast person who has nothing interesting or new to add to the topic, to the talking, to the table, whatever. Hi, Orange Slice. Hello.
Okay, perfect.
The out of touch, but still, that's what I'm saying. It's just very interesting. I don't think Emma Chamberlain deserved the hate that she was getting, me personally. Hi, Spooky's Twitch. Nick, thank you so much for a follow. Okay, Sorix was good. All right, guys, I'm updating chat. Hi, Harrison. Hello. Hi, meow meow meow. Welcome in the chat. Hey, Snoop Dogg. Hi, Gavin Waters. Y'all shower? Okay, fun fact. Yes, I do shower. Before anyone comes to any conclusions. Yes, I shower. Obviously. I shower daily, actually. However, since I have hair extensions, I have extensions in my hair. My hair is not naturally this long. I mean, my hair's still naturally pretty long. My natural hair goes to about here, but my extensions make it even longer. Cause I just, the reason why I like the long hair is because I grew up watching anime. And all the really cute anime protagonist girls had the longest hair, like unreasonably long hair. And I just absolutely have always loved that my whole life. So now, I get to live out my anime protagonist girly dreams. Anyways, what was I saying? Thank you so much for the sub, Preto! Mwah! W 1 month sub. Baby, let's go. That's absolutely crazy, wild, and extreme. Anyways. Oh yeah, showering. I shower daily, but I've gotten into this groove of like, I only wash my hair like 2 times in a week, twice a week. I only wash my hair. And the reason being, honestly, there's like a huge like hair cult online that really genuinely believes that if you like don't wash your hair every day, your hair grows better. I don't know if that's true. I haven't noticed too much of a difference because I have hair extensions and stuff. But the reason I do that is because A, your hair can handle it without getting too dirty, but B, because now that I have hair extensions, do you know how long it takes to blow dry my hair? It takes It takes an hour probably to fully dry my hair after washing it. An hour just to dry my hair fully. And to style it takes another hour. So usually what I do is 2 days out of the week, I have to set aside 2 hours after my shower, whatever time of day I do that, after I do an everything shower, which, okay, I don't know why it's making me do a puzzle piece. Okay, which every time I do an everything shower for a girl also is usually around 20 to 30 minutes long, because it's an everything shower means you're doing everything. Like you're doing a hair oil, you're doing a scalp treatment, you're shaving everything, you're lotioning, you're like scrubbing, you're doing a salt scrub, like you just do it all in one shower twice a week. I wash my hair and I'll do an everything shower twice a week. And so I have to set aside 2.5 hours twice a week just to maintain my hair. This would not, if I didn't work from home, it would not be possible. This is why I'm very like big advocate for like everything you see online is fake. Thank you so much for a follow, Dud. Like all these girls that you see online that are naturally beautiful, bro, even the girls you see in person that are naturally beautiful. I'm gonna go on my rant again. No one, it's, unless you have the genetics, it's like, you're like the 1%, then you have like this long, super thick hair, but you have to have like a certain genetic or heritage to have that, because some people literally, because of their genetics, cannot grow their hair longer than like right here. It's literally like, it's actually not possible, actually. Like it's actually a genetic trait. But it's the same with like, so having long, thick, full hair, having tan skin year round, having perfect eyebrows even when you're not wearing makeup, having your lashes look long and luscious even when you're not wearing makeup. Yeah, it's all fake. Do you know what 90% of girls, even in high school nowadays, do? It's getting so expensive to be a naturally beautiful girl. Hair extensions are super common on social media. Even like short-haired girls, this is about to be crazy. Even these girls with short hair that you're like, how is their hair so voluminous? How does their hair have so much volume and fluff and prettiness? It's because they have hair extensions. You just don't know that because their hair's not crazy long. So you don't think, oh, maybe they have hair extensions. No, people add hair extensions just to add volume to their hair so that their hair does that big, like I'm pretty sure Sabrina Carpenter has hair extensions. Same with eyebrows. Having your eyebrows look like this when you're not wearing makeup is not natural. You get a lamination, a brow lamination. It's basically like how do I explain it? It's basically like, you know, whenever like you put like, I don't know how to explain it. You're basically putting a chemical on your brows to like force them to stay into place and like stick like perfect, basically. And it lasts about a month. And so it's like a monthly maintenance thing. Lash lift. Lash lift is the same thing, but for your lashes. So your lashes do like a little natural curl. So even when you're not wearing mascara, it looks like you're wearing it looks like you, like, even with no makeup, it looks like you have like your eyes are opened up and pretty, you know? Filler and Botox is way more common than I thought it was. I don't think I've met since I've turned okay, this might be like, I know that there are plenty of people without this, but since I turned 20, probably, since I turned 21, probably, actually 21, 22, I have not met a single female who has disposable income, like a single female who isn't broke, that doesn't have some sort of filler. And it's not even a lot. Like, it's not like they're getting like a crazy amount. All these natural girls that you see on social media that you think, wow, how are they so naturally pretty? How do they all have this perfect nose? How do they all have these perfect lips? How is their face so perfect? How do they not have all these crazy wrinkles on their face whenever they squinch their eyes, but they're 20 years old? It's because they have filler. It's because they have Botox. And it's not a scary thing. It's not like they look insane. I think a lot of people, especially men, think that if a woman has Botox or filler, that they look super unnatural. That's actually not true. A lot of the girls who look the most natural, like these Pinterest girls that you see on Pinterest, these girls you see on TikTok, the ones that look like without makeup, like they don't look like they have filler if you don't pay attention. Like you really don't think that they have filler. They do. I'm not talking about a Madison Beer where it's kind of a little bit obvious, or like a celebrity where it's kind of a little bit obvious that they got a little something done. I'm talking about like some of these girls who literally look genuinely natural. They got a little bit of lip filler. They just got the tiniest bit. They just got the tiniest bit just to enhance their natural looks. But they still have it. They got the hair extensions. A lot of these influencers too, they get their hair done for free. So they get their hair done monthly. They get free hair blowouts once a month. And their hair done free once a month. Why do you think they're able to post these insane pictures where they look perfect? They have friends who are makeup artists, or they get or they have a makeup artist do their makeup after they get their hair done or something. Like it's just not real. None of it's real. If you're comparing yourself to these girls online, like even me, I have hair extensions. I get my brows done. I get my lashes done. When I take pictures, if I'm wearing like a baby t-shirt or something where you can kind of see my stomach, I suck in when I take pictures. I'm bloated most of the time. I bloat really easily. That's something about me. It looks like I'm like 3 weeks pregnant a lot of times after I eat a meal. I never take pictures after I eat. I always take pictures either on morning skinny or after after a while after I eat when the bloating goes away and I suck in my stomach. Just because it's the most flattering picture. It's the most flattering angle. And I delete a lot of those pictures. A lot of the pictures I take on Instagram, there's like 200 pictures,
perfect.
and I only chose 10. And even out of those 10, there's like 5 non-face pictures or something. Like, it's just, you don't always look like that. No one always looks like that. If people ever see me in person, it bewildered. Like, sometimes I'm like, dang, like, I hope that people don't get disappointed when they see me in person, because in person, like, this is what I look like on a, like, I mean, I have makeup on right now. But like, I don't always look like how I look in my Instagram posts. Thank you for the follow. I don't know. I digress, but I'm just saying, it is a pandemic. The amount of young women, especially teenagers. Have you guys seen how much teenagers are trying to look like 20-year-old women who have filler and Botox and have personal trainers, and they've been doing college sports forever, and like so that of course they have a perfect body? Like, bruh, a lot of these girls in college. I remember when I used to go pre-Jesus Hannah, when I was in high school, I had a really I was a little crazy. I went to a lot of frat parties, and I also met a lot of sorority girls during that time. If you've seen those perfect looking sorority girls with the blonde hair and the perfect bodies, and they look perfectly fit and like they take such good care of themselves, no, they don't. They don't eat. They don't eat that much. They eat maybe once a day, and then they drink a bunch of alcohol, and that's it. And then they throw up a lot. That's why they're skinny. Most of those sorority girls who look perfect, like, because it was like a thing. Like most of these college girls who look perfect, when they hit their 30s, if they don't like get super healthy after college, like they get like their diet on track and stuff, their metabolism's crazy messed up. They're not going to look anything like they did then. But the reason that it happens is because there's just such an intense like need and drive to look like everyone else online, and it's not even real. It's crazy. Um I mean, yeah, some of it's not like purposeful pasta wasser, communist pasta, crazy username. I don't think I think that there's a lot of women who don't think that they have an eating disorder, and I also think that they didn't fall into it purposefully. I think there's a lot of women who they just happen to not eat as much and they like how their body looks, so they just keep it up. But it's not because they're actively thinking, "Oh, I have to eat less calories." I think it's more normal than people think that woman for instance, I went through a period of my life when I first started Twitch streaming and I was broke. I DoorDashed one meal a day because I didn't have a car and it cost more money to order groceries than to DoorDash one meal a day. So I would DoorDash one meal a day. It'd usually be something big like Chipotle or a Panda Express order, and I would split it up into 2 meals, and I would get a Diet Coke to satiate my hunger in between. And what I would do is I would basically eat the equivalent of one meal a day with a Diet Coke. And for a whole year I did that because I was broke. It wasn't intentional. I wasn't intentionally trying to diet, but eventually I liked how I looked in the mirror. I liked how that was my normal. My normal was being malnourished. To me that looked normal. So when I did start to eat like a healthy human again, I felt like I thought that I looked fat, which is insane. Actually insane. It's actually insane. But that's body dysmorphia at its finest. I thought that I looked fat when I ate like a normal human because all I knew was what I looked like when I looked malnourished. Thank you for the follow, Perk. So I don't think that it's even intentional fully for every woman. I think it's just very common. I think it's unfortunately very common. Welcome back, Fantiv. Hi, Perk. Hello. ICL. What does ICL mean? I only followed you at first because I thought you were the other Hannah, but you're low-key much chiller anyways. Thanks, I think. I don't think I still don't think I look like the other Hannah at all. That's what's crazy is I have red long hair and I do not do I have black eyeliner on, but I don't do fake lashes. I don't know why people still think I look like her. I feel like I look nothing like her anymore. Maybe back when I first started making content and I was I liked the e-girl makeup more, so it was more fun. Thank you for the follow. But still I don't think I look like her. Do I look like her? Do you play Repo? I do play Repo. I play a lot of Repo. Hello, Osmosis. Hi, Christian Bale. Welcome to chat. Dude, is that Christian Bale? Is that the Christian Bale in chat? That's actually insane. There's only one girl named Hannah on the whole internet, buddy. Oh yeah, there's only one. Yeah, there's no more Hannahs, brother. That makes sense. That's probably why you think that I'm her. Yeah, I'm just lying. My name's not actually Hannah. There's only one Hannah. No, I'm just kidding. I hope you know I'm not trying to make fun of you. I'm just genuinely in my brain, I do not girl who streams equals I just don't think I look or act anything like Hannah Oh. She's a sweet girl. She's super chill. But I have nothing against her. I just think I get compared to her so much, and I feel like I'm not similar at all. I don't even think I look like her. Maybe like I said, maybe back in the day when I had my brown hair and I had curtain bangs and I did a little more e-girl makeup. But even then, when I did e-girl makeup then, because I liked it how it looked at the time, I still didn't do fake lashes then. I still didn't do crazy e-girl makeup. It wasn't too much. So that's why I'm I don't, especially now that I have the red hair, and especially right now where most of the time I don't have my curtain bangs out and I don't do e-girl makeup. I don't know how people, I just don't know, y'all. Hi Tim, it's the nose and the cheekbones probably. I still feel like that's not true. I think her face shape is a lot more chiseled, for lack of better words, than mine. Gengar, my beloved. Do you like my little Gengar? You guys can't see it. Here. This is my little Gengar. I've been on my Pokemon phase recently. Machinist, American Psycho, Ford versus Ferrari, Batman Begins. What were you answering someone, Gavin Waters? What made you bring those specific shows up? Canadian Bacon, thank you so much for follow. You make me so happy. Literally how? I'm literally not even doing anything. It's crazy. Hello, hi Phil. Have you pulled anything from Prismatic? No. The pull rates are actually so bad. I have Surging Sparks and Prismatic is what I've been pulling from recently. The pull rates are literally 0.02. I think the only good card I've gotten so far. Hi, Mocha. Let me grab my new binder. It is, oh, it's right here. This is my Prismatics binder. Well, but I also use it for some of Surging Sparks. I think this is the best card that I've gotten so far. I got, here, I'm going to show Twitch first, because don't worry, homies, you guys always come first. The community comes first. I got the Latias card. I pulled a Latias. That's the only crazy good pull that I've gotten. I got a lot of full art. I have a lot of full art, and Master Ball pulls, but, like, specifically, I have, like, a lot of full art trainer cards. I have a full art, Black Kyurem and a Skamori. I have the full art Eevee. I got a Master Ball Miltank, a Master Ball Flareon, and a Master Ball Groudon. I've gotten a lot of Ace Spec trainer cards, which they're not that rare, but I keep them because I think they're cool looking, because they're pink. I got a couple EX, I got a couple Prismatic EX cards, I got a Vaporeon EX and a Jolteon EX Prismatic card, but they're not the full art. They're not the, rare ones. Let's see. Oh, and then, this is probably my favorite in terms of the trainer full art cards. This one was really cool. This one was a pretty full art card. I thought this one was really pretty. I thought the art just looked good. Sometimes the colors are just really, sometimes the art just does it for me. Sometimes, if I'm being honest, there are some cards where I feel like it doesn't make sense to me why they're rare. I mean, it makes sense to me why they're rare, because they're literally rare. But the art isn't even that pretty to me, I guess, to some cards. Okay, there was only no sleeve on that one because I cannot find my sleeves. For those of you who don't know, I moved into this place not that long ago, and a lot of my stuff is everywhere. Literally, yeah, there's just a bunch of boxes and stuff everywhere. It's really rough, and I can't find my sleeves. So, the Latias has a sleeve on it. So, that's fine. But, the newer pools that I've gotten don't have sleeves on it, unfortunately. Yeah, the art does look good. That's what I'm saying. Mod's gotta start asking for tips. For why? What's happening? Hi, Prothesis. Welcome in. Dude, I had a shiny Latias as my... Why did I say Latias? I had a shiny Latias as my pet on Pokemon Go. Okay, for oh, I can't do it because I'm using my phone. I have been obsessed with Pokemon. Okay, for those of you who don't know, I have a really cool trip coming up. It's gonna be so exciting. I do play the trading card game. Well, I used to. I haven't played it recently as much, just because I've been very busy. But I used to be obsessed with the trading card game. Literally, I was playing it every day. I had the perfect stack. I was using an Arceus EX card, and mixed with oh my gosh, I can't remember his name, but he's a normal type, metal type EX card, and he was super powerful, because you could attach as many, you could attach as many metal energy cards to him as possible, and then it made his attack like actually absolutely insane. And then Arceus, the Arceus EX card allowed you to pull anything you wanted from your stack. So if I already had I forget what his name, if I already had him to add the metals on, I could just add those metals on. But since it allows me to pull 2 cards from my stack, if I get the Arceus EX card, then it's a auto, like, I know for a fact I can pull and get the EX of the other guy out of my stack, because I can pull his regular and then his EX version, his like of evolution, and then I would get Metatangs. And Metatangs, what you can do is you can pull like I think it was like up to 5 or 3. I think it was up to 3 of your metal energies from your card stack. So what you would do is you play the Metatang in the beginning, and you basically start attaching all these metals to that person. And in the meantime, Arceus EX also has a crazy attack move. So until that card gets taken up, then you place down your other guy, and then you're absolutely wrecking the whole place. Oh, and then also you would use like a lasso to be able to pull out like your Arceus from the deck. I don't know. I had a method to all the madness. I was crazy into it. Thank you so much, King X of Games. Thank you so much for the resub for 6 months. Let's go. 6 months. 6 months in advance is actually insane. Thank you so much. Mwah, W. Lasso, legendary all skulls on. Pokemon is goated. What do you mean was goated? They've actually made Pokemon Go a lot better now that there's no hackers. And like, okay, so guys, I'm such a nerd, bro. I literally would show up to like the raids. Like I went to why is my mind forgetting his name? The dragon type Pokemon, the really cool one where it was the first time there was a raid for him in like years. Oh my gosh. I love that. Rayquaza. I got a Rayquaza. And so there was like a giant raid day for Rayquaza. So what I did is I saved up all my raid passes, and me and my buddies, we literally drove to like 4 different raid sites and joined these. There would be like groups, like huge groups of people, and we would just hit as many raids as we could during the time limit to get as many Rayquazas as we could, because our goal was to get a shiny Rayquaza that was a 3-star. Unfortunately, I did not get a 3-star shiny Rayquaza. I got a 3-star Rayquaza, and I got a shiny Rayquaza, but it was only a 2-star shiny Rayquaza. But still, it was, I don't know. Those were really fun because you get badges if you get like when you show up in person. So Pokemon Go is really cool because it really does. I love things that bring in community. I mean, for those of you here on Twitch, and those of you who aren't on Twitch, join the Twitch live. It's super awesome. And also for those of you who don't know, !Discord in chat. Join the Discord community. It's super awesome. For those of you who don't know, I'm huge on community. I freaking love community. I grew up like super bullied my whole life because not only was I wasn't like always pretty, and I was a nerd, and a lot of the things that are cool now were like super nerdy back then. I was a theater kid who liked anime and Pokemon and K-pop and art and cosplay, and like I was basically like the nerdiest kid there was. And I was a tomboy, so I also, on top of liking those things, I also liked like frogging and fishing and hunting and stuff like that. So I didn't fully get along with the kids who were nerds anyways either. So it was just really difficult for me growing up. I was very, very bullied, even in elementary school. Which is like crazy. Like you wouldn't think bullying is still around, but like it is. Hi Zero. But I and I didn't shower. No. I also didn't have the greatest hygiene because my mom I didn't have my parents around most of the time, so I was always I was always the last kid to get picked up from school and stuff like that. So, and sometimes my grandma would even pick me up because my mom couldn't. I was just, I didn't have a dad growing up. It was just, it was hard growing up. And whenever I went home, my sister also got bullied at school, and unfortunately I shared a room with my sister, and she would take it out on me. Me and my sister have a great relationship now, but she was really mean to me growing up. So I wasn't only bullied at school, but I was also bullied at home. Thank you so much for the follow, Foxy Fox Money. So all these nerdy things that I liked, the reason community means so much to me is because I was like online, chronically online from an early age, because watching YouTubers like Markiplier and Jacksepticeye and PewDiePie and some other YouTubers that have now come out that we do not name anymore. Thank you so much for your follow. Just like growing up with these people like Dan TDM and stuff, Vintage Beef, even like Jenna Marbles and Emma Chamberlain on the more like normal side, I guess. But I just grew up like with those people as my safe place, watching those videos being my safe place, and then going online. There used to be I forget what it's called, but there used to be like apps where you could do like threads and stuff, and also Kick. A lot of you guys remember Kick. But I used to find like my friends and my people and community online. Because in person it was not a pretty experience. And so being able to like when people are able to like make communities, wow, I'm getting emotional. Wow. Okay, when people are able to make communities happen, where people actually find friends, that's part of why I love gaming, right? Like especially now, and especially with like Discord being introduced and stuff. It's so cool to me that you can just make like some people find their best friends online now. And you can just find people to play games with, and it's just like it's a way to hang out when maybe your real life situation isn't ideal at that time in your life. And I just think it's so cool. So to me, community is a huge meaningful piece of my life that like I really want to be a big part of cultivating. So that's part of why I do what I do, is because I grew up like part of why I do what I do, part of why I make content, part of why I Twitch stream is not just because of money or fame or validation. Thank you so much for following. It's because it's what saved my life when I was a kid. It's all I had when I was in middle school. I mean, at the time there was only YouTube, social content creators, Instagram, social media influencers didn't exist. But that was all I had. And so now I get the ability to like do what I love and like provide for other people what was provided for me as a kid. Because I know that like even if life looks different now and there's more internet access now or whatever, some of these things are cooler now, I still know that in the same way that people didn't think bullying was as big of a deal when I was a kid, it was. It still happens. It still happens today. So that's part of why I do what I do. And so part of why I really like Pokemon Go nowadays is they really try to incorporate community. It's just really cool. Like I genuinely am super passionate about it. It's really cool when games and things really like make Comic-Con and conventions and stuff like that, like even TwitchCon and stuff. I think it's so cool when you start taking this online world and this online community that you cultivated and you get to bring it in real life where in a safe way where like people get to meet each other in a safe environment where there are people to make sure that no one gets hurt, you know? Thank you for the follow. Hi, Maximaya. But like Pokemon Go, they do this cool thing where like they have like community leaders and you can apply to be one. And you can basically host these events and gatherings. So like whenever I did the Rayquaza raid, there was a community leader. There was multiple going on with multiple community leaders, but that hosted an event or a raid near where I lived at the time. And we would go to that park and there'd be these groups of people, like so many people with all their friends or their family. Sometimes it would be like kids with their parents and it was so cute. And what's so cool is like, you kind of get to make friends with these other people, but also whoever the community leader is, he kind of like lets you know, like he'll kind of like make himself known to the crowd. And if you happen to like, if you show up to certain raids, sometimes you get these pins. They have like little pins that, whenever I say pin, I mean like, like this, like this isn't one of them, but this is like an example of what I mean by pin. They would have pins like this, but like very specific to that event that day. So for some of they would have pins like that would be like just for showing up, but they would also have pins for like if you managed to catch a 3-star shiny Rayquaza, because it's such a hard thing to do. Like there might be only one person out of like 100 people who does it. Then you go up to the leader, you show it to him, you tell him, and then they give you like a special badge almost. It's almost like getting your like gym badge almost, but like in person, and it's really cool, and you get to collect these and like go to different things in person, and they happen in every state. I think they're actually expanding, and they're starting to happen in other countries too. So like you can play Pokemon Go and like make friends like in random places too. I don't know, it's just really cool to me. I should probably do that here. I've been struggling to find good friends here in Utah, so that could be like maybe I'll do that. maybe I'll make friends playing Pokemon Go. Or geocaching. Geocaching's also pretty sick. Hi Fuzzy Toaster, welcome into stream. I had music to turn to when I was growing up. So I did too, but music wasn't my first and foremost. Music kind of became my safe place around 17 years old. Like music wasn't really my safe place until around when I turned 17 or 18. Like that was around the time in my life where I kind of turned away from my nerdiness, I guess, if that makes sense. And I had my glow up, and I became one of the cool kids or whatever, like in my eyes at the time, or in other people's eyes. And I started skateboarding, and I started going to parties, and I started doing all these things to try to fit in and try to escape my own feelings and thoughts. I mean, it felt great at the time, or it was fun at the time, but it was really empty in the end. But during that time, when I was struggling, music was my safe place at that time, yeah. But I fell in love with music probably during my like college years. That was really cuz I kind of like my dreams of like being a content creator, or like my dreams of being a YouTuber, my dreams of like gaming and stuff died in me around that time in my life, cuz I just lost all confidence in the fact that could be an option. I grew very cynical for a period of time. And that like during that time, I just believed that like I don't know, I just stopped believing in myself. I actually stopped believing in myself. No, and so what happened was I kind of like music was my safe place then, cuz that was all I had. But also what happened was I grew up without a lot of money. Even when my mom remarried with my stepdad and we were doing a bit better, and I had my little brother and stuff, yeah, we still didn't have, like, in the area that I lived in, mind you, like, everyone had a 2-story house. Everyone had, like, for some reason in my brain growing up, I thought if you had a 2-story house, you were rich. Like, I genuinely believed if you had a 2-story house growing up, you're rich. I thought the going into a house from an apartment was the coolest thing ever growing up. And like I could have had it so much worse. My parents did a great job trying to provide for me with what they had at that time. But I feel like it's inevitable comparing yourself to the other kids your age. It's just such a normal, like, unfortunately human thing to do. Where I just felt so different from all the other kids. I felt like I was like I was still doing way better. Like I said, like it wasn't like I was like crazy poor whenever things got better. But still, like, my budget for getting new clothes every school year in high school was like $100. I could get maybe one pair of shoes and maybe a t-shirt every year before the school year started. As my, I don't know. It's just like, so for me, seeing all these kids with all these brand new designer clothes, because that was like a huge thing when I was in high school, and seeing all these kids with all the new makeup and like their band trip or theater trip or their cheerleading trip or dance trip, they're going out of country or they're going to another state. Thank you so much for follow. And it's way cheaper because it's a group thing. All my parents have to do is sign off and pay a little bit. I could never go on those trips. I didn't travel much. I don't know. It was rough. And like I said, my parents did the best they could to provide. But during that time, I say all that to say I never really had a gaming console growing up, funny enough, for being such a gamer now. And also being like so obsessed with games. So I lived vicariously through these YouTubers who played games. So a PC was out of the question. We had a family PC at one point in the living room, and I got to play Minecraft on that when my parents weren't home. That's all I got in terms of gaming. I think I played Slender Man once. That's all I got in terms of like me gaming by myself. Sometimes I would stay the night at my friend's house, who had a lot more money than me, and I would play on her Xbox all night. I would literally go hang out at her house just to play on her Xbox. Like she would just be on her phone like next to me, and I would just play I played all of BioShock Infinite on her Xbox. It was just so fun. I just remember how much fun it was. But that was literally like that was kind of like all the gaming experience for me personally I got to have growing up. And so whenever I got older, I just kind of assumed that like, oh, I would never be a gamer. Oh, I would never get to do that for a job. Oh, like same with like an influencer or content creator. I had no confidence in myself. I thought that I really it was rough, but here I am years later. And like what's funny too is whenever I started streaming on a borrowed MacBook Mini. And thank you for the follow, and a borrowed microphone, and a borrowed monitor, and a borrowed keyboard, and a borrowed mouse, with a borrowed headset, and a borrowed camera. That's how I started streaming. And all I could stream because it was on a MacBook Mini. Thank you. Hi, chat. Welcome in. I mean, words. Hi, Dadu. Welcome in. Hi, Dr. Dingus. Dude, BioShock Infinite was so good. But the only thing I could play because I was streaming on a MacBook Mini at the time was Minecraft, and it was so laggy for the people who watched me stream. But I just kept it up, and eventually, while I was working full time at the time as a waitress, because more Hannah lore. It was a period of time where I had my parents and my family cut out from my life because my family wasn't the healthiest, for lack of better words. And so I was like 20. I was like 20 on my own, like from 20 to 23. I had nothing to my name at 20 years old. And I moved. And I didn't have like family to fall back on. I didn't have anyone. Like it was literally just me. Hoping I could make it to the next paycheck. And however, and around that time I also ended up finding Christ, which actually like I don't think I would have made it through that had I not. But anyways, I digress. All of that being said, I ended up during that time starting off with that MacBook Mini, and over time saving up the money, working my waitress job, to eventually I finally got a gaming laptop because it was on sale. And I found it on sale, and I was still borrowing the microphone, I was still borrowing the monitor, I was still borrowing the camera, but now I had a gaming laptop. And you know what that means, baby? That means we're playing Hearthstone. Let's go. That also means we're playing the Walking Dead Telltale series. Let's go. Thank you so much for a follow, Fuzio. Dude. I remember the Walking Dead Telltale series was the first video game that I got to play myself, that I actually got to complete by myself. And it was so heart-wrenching. I cried so much playing that game. I also played Stray, that cat game. That was really fun. I love story games. I just have a hard time playing them now because I get really in my head about having to be super entertaining while I play story games instead of just literally just enjoying them. But all of that being said, I actually ended up almost quitting streaming for a while because I ended up getting a 9 to 5 job at like a oil and gas company. Where I was getting paid $20 an hour plus a 401k benefits and pay and a week's worth of paid time off. Okay. Plus I also got to do sales on the side at that job, so I could technically get bonuses and I could work my way up the corporate ladder. Okay, baby. W job, considering I never finished college and I only got my basics degree. That was a really like good job to get at 20 years old. 20, 21 years old. That's actually crazy. And then oh my gosh, we're going through like the little timeline. And then uh for those of you who haven't heard, I was really developing my relationship with Christ a lot at that time and really like pushing into a personal relationship and understanding him for myself. And I really was learning how to hear the Lord and like listen to Holy Spirit and stuff. And that whole time I was at that job, I kid you not, I constantly felt on my heart like I should quit. I should go do content creation full time. First of all, made zero sense to do that. I would never recommend to anyone the amount that I had going on for me in terms of content creation. I did not make any money at the time. I maybe got $100 a month from content creation at that time. That is not enough to pay rent by any means or to feed me. And my car broke down around that time. So it was just like there's no way God's telling me to do content creation full time, let alone gaming content creation full time. How is this supposed to glorify you, God? Like what? And so I was so confused. And so I just stuck with the 9 to 5 because it felt safe. It felt comfortable. And so I stayed there, even though I knew in the back of my head constantly the Lord was like, hey, quit and do content creation full time. Hey, quit, do content creation full time. Hey, listen. And I remember showing up to work and just hating that. Like, I would sit in that cubicle and I would stare at the wall and I felt disgusted to be at that 9 to 5. Like I literally felt like a pit in my stomach showing up to that, and I hated it. And there was no reason to hate it because it was so easy for the pay I was getting. Like it really, like I should not have hated it that much, but I hated it so much. Like I felt like literally like I think part of it was like that pit in my stomach of like, I know I'm not supposed to be here. I know this isn't where I'm supposed to be. Hi, Curious Snow Fox. And so I quit. So I quit that job. And I gave it my 2 weeks. I had like barely any money in my savings account, no car. Luckily at the time I lived in like a house, like I had a room in a house with other like housemates, but they were never home. So, well, that's not entirely true. It wasn't the greatest environment, but we're out of that now. Doesn't matter. This is a total different sidetrack moment. So I quit the job and I started doing content creation full time, or so I tried to. And what I did is I grinded like crazy. I kid you not, I did not see friends. I never left my house. The only things I did was wake up, I think I made 3 TikToks a day every day for and then like posted I posted 3 times a day every day on every platform, posted on my stories every day. Posted 2 like photo shoots that I did. Like I did self photo shoots twice a week. I would do 2 like 10 picture carousels twice a week with hashtags, respond to as many comments as I could. And I streamed 8 hours a day, 6 days a week. And I just did that every day. I had one day off from streaming, and on that day, I was so exhausted that I would just sleep most of the day. Because at the same time, I didn't have a car, so I couldn't get groceries. So I was also eating one meal a day. I was door dashing one meal a day, because that's all I could afford, and because it was more expensive to get groceries because I lived far enough that I couldn't walk to go get groceries. Thank you so much for a follow. Oh, thanks for the stretch. And so all of that being said, I uh I should not have made it. I was barely like I still like I didn't see much at first, and I was terrified cuz I was like I have bills to pay. I have rent to pay. This is scary. I still to this day I don't recommend you doing what I did. Unless you genuinely feel like, you know, the Lord is telling you to do it, like seriously. But eventually I didn't see anyone. I didn't have friends at that time. I was on that mindset grind set for content creation only. That's all I did every day. Wake up, content create, go to sleep. And so I did that for 3 months straight, and after 3 months, I managed to go from 10K, not even on Instagram, to 100K on Instagram. And on TikTok, I went from like 100K to like 300K. And on Twitch, I went from like 10 consistent viewers to 100 consistent viewers. And that was in 3 months of grinding. And it still didn't make sense. Like, still for the amount of work I put in, it should not have happened that fast. Who made all the art for my channel? I draw my art. I draw all my art for my channel, except for some of the emotes. Some of the emotes were from an Etsy person that I asked to make emotes for me. But most of my content is most of my art I actually draw myself because I like digital art a lot. I love drawing art. I love everything creative. That's part of why I think content creation, I think I was like built to be a content creator because I want to do everything. And what better job is there to do everything than to film doing everything and making that your job, you know? Like, I would love to learn archery. I'd love to get my skydiver's license. I would love to learn to surf. I would love to do horseback riding. I'd love to learn how to like farm chickens and stuff. I'd love to learn to like bake more and cook more and come up with my own recipes. I would love to do like Pokemon card collecting. Thank you for following, Birkin. I'd love to do art. I'd love to voice act. I'd love to learn to sing. I'd love to learn to dance. That would be super cool. I love coffee and like learning how to make coffee and matcha and stuff like that. I love cosplay. I love like it's like I love acting. That's super cool. I love video games. So like content creation, I literally feel like is exactly like where I'm meant to be. And I really genuinely like remember like that conversation we had like not that long ago earlier in this stream that hey guys, like hey guy, remember when I was talking about how sometimes even if the content creator themselves is not that interesting, it's the community and the viewers or the consumer or whatever you want to call it that can make the content creator interesting. Like, you know, have you ever seen a video that's really dumb, but you always come back to that content creator because the comments are so funny? Yeah, it's like a two-person street. Like, it's not just me. It's you guys too. Like, I wouldn't be here without you guys, like, at all. And what's funny too is recently, these past few months, I have been like mentally going through it. I've been mentally struggling a lot recently. And I don't know why. I've just been really like my heart's been really hurting recently and I don't know why, and it's hard to get out of bed recently. Like, it's hard to do things. Like literally my days have consisted of streaming and going to the gym because that's all I can get myself to do recently. And that sounds so sad, and I really don't know why I'm struggling so much with that. And it's like really vulnerable to share that. Like, I feel like very uncomfortable sharing that. The gym, the reason I get myself to go to the gym is because it makes me feel like healthy. It's like the one thing I can do in a day that makes me feel healthy. And streaming is the one thing I can do to like connect to you guys. But I haven't been able to make TikToks or like make YouTube videos or make content. It's been so difficult for some reason. Um, but you know what keeps me getting up and like even streaming? Like it was hard to even start streaming again, but like I don't want to get emotional. This is so dumb. Stop crying, Hannah. Okay. Yeah. It's cuz you guys like keep showing up for me. It's because of you guys that like I can't. I probably wouldn't even be able to get out of bed sometimes when I have like, and it's all temporary. I know it'll go away. I know that with time things pass and things do get better. But during those times where things are really low, during those times where things are really difficult or hard, I don't think you guys understand or realize how much you mean to me and how much genuinely like you guys have kept me going in so many ways, and it means so much. And so I love you guys. I genuinely mean that. Like, yeah, maybe I might not be able to have like a one-on-one relationship with all of you cuz that's like literally impossible or and a little unsafe, unfortunately. But I do genuinely love each and every one of you, and I wish I could give back what you guys have each given to me. um I don't even think I can, like, physically, like, it's so difficult to do that, but like especially right now when I'm like mentally struggling a bit. It's a hard season. Yeah, there's seasons like that. We're here for you. Don't let the devil have your mindset, okay? I am trying. Any prayers and all prayers would be helpful, guys. Um I don't know. It's just been hard. And I'm also really hard on myself, which doesn't help cuz I'll really like, oh man. Like I will tear myself apart mentally if I'm not doing enough. Like I always think I'm never doing enough. I always feel like I'm like, I don't know. I feel like so many other people have it so much harder than me. How dare I struggle? You know, like I feel like I'm in such a good position in life. Like genuinely, like I work from home. My job is gaming. Like shut up. You don't get to be sad. Like I don't know. I'm I just I feel like I have it so good, and I feel like I'm really hard on myself, so it makes it almost worse, like, cause I'm like, I feel like I'm not allowed to be struggling. I don't know if that makes sense. Dancing Queen playing for the second time in a stream is crazy. Perfectionism is such a non-quality, it's pernicious? What's pernicious mean? Ironic panda. Hello. You being open about mental health and everything is what made me sub. Doesn't matter how good someone's life is. Everyone has emotions. Everyone's allowed to feel things. I don't mean to make you guys emotional, Reno. Thank you for the $1. Bro's paying for my $1 coffee. Costs $1 to make. That's why you make coffee at home. But that's why I invested in an expensive espresso machine. Thank you for the follow. I actually got it on sale though for a crazy good price. But that's why I said like, since I drink coffee like every day, it made sense for me to do that. Thank you for the follow. But yeah, I don't know. I know that what's crazy. I feel like I'm so hard on myself, but I give so much grace to other people. Like I know that everyone's allowed to feel things. I know that everyone's allowed to go through something hard. And so when my friends are going through something hard or someone I don't know is going through something hard or whatever, I have so much grace for those people. And like I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I get it." Like no, of course you get to feel like how you need to feel. Like, it doesn't matter how good you have it. It doesn't matter if there's kids starving in Africa. You still broke your leg and that hurts, you know? Like, it makes sense. Like, everyone gets the right to feel and struggle whenever they're struggling. Thank you for the follow. And feel it, right? But when it comes to me, myself, and I, and talking to me, myself, and I, of course, I literally will not give I won't even allow myself to think those thoughts. And then the moment that I do think those thoughts, what's the hardest is, hi, Loves Ray, hello. What's the hardest is, I don't know about you guys, but, like, I don't know why I think that, like, I don't know. I literally, like, when I do finally admit that I'm struggling, right, outwardly, I feel so pretentious. I feel so full of myself. I feel like when I finally admit that I'm struggling, I feel like I'm like, you guys should, like, I feel like in my head, okay, I'm gonna just be honest. I'm gonna be vulnerable. And I don't know, I don't think it's 100% right. When I think in my head, or when I finally admit that I'm struggling, like, really bad, and I share it to people, I feel, wow, I feel so guilty saying this. I feel like such a bad person for believing this, but I feel like people should treat me differently. Like, I feel like if I'm struggling really hard and I finally open up enough to admit, like, vulnerably enough that, like, it's really hard and I'm, like, having a really hard time, I feel like the people, especially, like, my close friends or, like, the people that love me should, like, I feel like it's, like, a given, should, put a little more effort in or, like, treat me differently to, like, help me. And I feel so guilty for believing that, because, like, I struggle with feeling that way, but I also struggle with feeling like I'm so full of myself for thinking that, and struggle with feeling like I shouldn't be thinking that way. And then whenever my friends, like, maybe they have their own stuff going on in life, like, maybe my friends are struggling too, so whenever I feel like I finally open up, but then I still feel alone, like, I still feel like no one's supporting me, I get, like, angry. Like, I get, like, upset, and I don't, because I have this, like, inward belief that people should treat me differently, because it was so difficult for me to share how much I was hurting. Like, it feels like, oh, I shouldn't even said anything to begin with, because nothing's changed. But at the same time, it's, like, not anyone's responsibility to make me feel better. It's not anyone's responsibility to look after me. And so I get so hard on myself in that way too, and then I start, like, hating on myself. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know if anyone else has had this, like, issue before. I'm gonna read the highlighted messages. Sorry, guys. I'm, like, getting drainage because I, like, was trying so hard not to cry. How is your personal time with God, worship, prayer time? God allows us to be raw with Him. He's the one who carries our burdens when we're in those low seasons. Well, that's the thing, is, like, I've been really struggling with, like, being even vulnerable with the Lord, because I know this sounds silly, but, like, I know that God is different from humans, right? Obviously, he's so much better in so many ways, right? But whenever my reality here on earth, like, with my flesh, like, and I think this is a fleshly struggle, but, like, when I'm having that situation with friends where I share with a friend my raw, vulnerable emotion, I already had a hard time sharing that with them, and then nothing changes, and I feel like I wasn't listened to, or I'm not being taken care of. I almost put that on God, and I know that that's not the truth. I know that that's not good logically, but emotionally, I really struggle not to believe that, oh, well, you know, if even the people that I love here on earth haven't changed how they're treating me when I finally was vulnerable enough, then, like, what makes me think God will? Which is so stupid, because obviously it should be the other way around. Like, of course God's gonna be the different one, right? But for some reason, I'm really struggling with those inward beliefs, like, even though logically I know better. I can relate to your story. Even though my life wasn't as bad, I still wish things were different. I wish my dad wasn't a drunk and cancer never took my mom. I really struggle with those things, but you inspire me to keep going and stay faithful. God, that is really vulnerable. And thank you for sharing that, Enos. That's such a hard thing to share. Oh my gosh. You're gonna make me cry again. I'm so glad you're here. You're so, like, there's so much strength in that. Makes sense, because they should love you enough to care for you. To be honest, I think that comes from not experiencing unconditional love, especially as a child. Yeah, well, I growing up, I mean, a lot of you guys have seen my testimony. Growing up, I was, my whole life it's been conditional love. And I feel like that's pretty, unfortunately, really normal with humanity, because it's like such a human fleshly thing to do, is be conditional. But because I, like, my whole life, that's part of my big testimony, is like I had never properly been loved my whole life. Until I met Jesus, right? But you know, when I'm struggling with my relationship with Jesus, suddenly a lot of those issues come back, if that makes sense. And so it's like really difficult. I don't know. And it hurts, and it hurts my relationships with other people. That's why I feel like almost I shouldn't even tell people that I'm struggling, because if they don't help me when I'm struggling, it almost like hurts my relationship with that person, even though I know that they are not responsible for my emotions and my feelings and making me feel better. I feel like it reinforces this belief in my heart that, oh, unconditional love doesn't exist, and I should have just never said anything to begin with, because otherwise I'm just going to resent this person. So I should just keep all my emotions inside, which I know isn't right. Like, it's crazy, because I know logically what's not right, but my heart, like, in my brain, I know something, but my heart, it's not connecting. I don't know if that makes sense. Struggles are like sins. Some might have worse consequences than others, but a sin is a sin, and you don't have to feel guilty because you're not supposed to be complaining because there's children in Africa starving. We've all been through different kinds of problems, and there's also no need to feel shamed and guilty about it. First time being here. Hi, welcome in, Macarouse. But I fully agree. It doesn't matter. Everything is situational. Like, different things affect different people in different ways. And being open and struggling is difficult because you always compare yourself to people in different situations that are objectively worse. Lost a limb or something. It makes you feel like crap for being honest about how you feel. No matter what, I got your back, sister. Thank you, Chief Turtle. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I think this is just a human experience. Oh, thanks for the posture check and the hydrate. Shadow King, yo! Thank you so much for the 10 gifted subs. Wait, oh, that's not... I almost hydrated with coffee. One sec. Thank you for the hydrate, and thank you for the posture check. And Shadow King, thank you so much for the 10 gifted subs. Mwah. Thank you so much, very much. Literally so much love. Thank you. That is so kind. 10 is a lot. W in chat for Shadow King. Wow. Josh, thank you so much for the sub for 10 months. Bro has been here for 10 months. Is actually insane. Thank you so much for supporting me through all the highs and the lows. I know what you mean. It's very confusing. It makes complete sense. I was just telling one of my friends about this. Hi, Ronan. You can hydrate with coffee. Lol. I might just take a little sip of coffee now. Hey, I just want to say I appreciate you informing your younger audience. Hey, I just want to say I appreciate you informing your younger audience the other day on the risks of dangerous sexual activity and the caveats of birth control. As a doctor, oh, you're a doctor. We got a doctor in chat, y'all. I can say it's such an important conversation and not enough people are having it. Just as importantly, you found a way to do it kindly and non-judgmentally while still showing them one of the many ways Jesus graces our lives. Great job and God bless. I get really passionate about these things. I feel like I'm a very empathetic person. So if I feel like somebody else is being affected by something that I have been affected by personally in my life, or if I've gone through something or I've struggled with something, I want to do everything in my power to help other people not have to go through what I went through, because I know how much it hurts or how hard it is, and how much of a struggle it is. And so specifically with like birth control, there is so many side effects to birth control that do not get addressed enough. It's like, you know, whenever you watch those commercials, oh my gosh, it's so bright. Oh wow. You know when you watch like those commercials and they're like, thank you for the fall, Tygo. And you know when you watch those commercials and they're like, with Claritin Clear, you can live your best life. And then it's like all these pretty imagery, and then meanwhile down in the corner it's like, side effects include tummy ache, bad headaches, migraines, potential death, cancer, maybe dying again, dying and then coming back to life. But it's going like super super fast, so you don't really like hear it or think about it. You're just like, oh yeah, Claritin's chill, this is a good medicine, it's gonna help me with my allergies. No side effects there. Or if like somebody recommends it to you, or you get it at the store, it literally, like, you would have to turn it back and read the fine print to know those things. It's the same with birth control. The crazy thing is with birth control, you're literally putting an unknown man-made thing and hormones into your body. What do you think is gonna happen to you? What do you, like, do you really think you're gonna put a man-made thing or an unknown thing or added hormones into your body and it's gonna be chill? Like, nothing bad's gonna happen? Your body's not gonna react any differently than it would to eating a piece of celery? Thank you so much for the follow. I think it's actually insane. But what's crazy is, yeah, I believed that. I believed that nothing would happen whenever I got an IUD when I was like 18, 19, because I was like, might as well. It's supposed to help with period cramps. It's free because, you know, women's health care. And you know, I was pre-Jesus Hannah. I was like, well, if I become sexually active, then, you know, I'll be safe or whatever. First of all, no one talks about this. Birth control is not 100% guarantee. A condom has the same guarantee that birth control does. It's not 100%. You can still get pregnant on it. Why does nobody talk about this? Why does everybody act like, oh, it's the best thing that happened since iced tea? Like, it's and the side effects are crazy. Do you know how many people get on birth control and then they either start gaining crazy weight and they can never get it off? They have a hard time losing weight afterwards. Do you know how many people get on birth control? Suddenly their hormones are like way out of balance and they struggle with their emotions even more, or their food intake even more. Do you know how many people get on birth control and then it's not natural for your period to go away completely? That happens to some people, not everyone, but some people when they're on birth control. And I'm not talking about like, oh, just this type of birth control. Every single type of birth control has side effects. And nobody talks about it. And it's actually crazy. It actually bewilders my brain. It boggles my mind. It makes the wrinkles in my brain get ironed out and go smooth. The more I hear all these literal young teenagers begging their parents to get on birth. Girl, first of all, you don't need to be sexually active. That's not love. That's not a relationship. It's just a physical attraction that has a lot of consequences. If you don't believe, if you're not like religious or whatever, and there's not like a moral reason why you don't have sex, have the logical reason of like, wait till you're older, because there will always be a chance you get pregnant, always. And just like, you know, go take care of yourself in a different way. You don't need to be doing that at a young age at all. First of all. Second of all, the amount of risks that come with it. It doesn't protect you from any like transferable diseases down there. It's not 100% guarantee of birth. And it comes with so many side effects. Condoms also aren't 100% guarantee. I'm surprised that there are so many people who don't know that. And also there's so many side effects. There's so many side effects to birth control. Oh my gosh, there's so many side effects. So many women, when they get on birth control or right after they get off, their period cramps, when you get on birth control, just know you're taking a high risk that your period cramps are gonna be so bad that you can't even leave your bed for a full 24 hours every time, once a month, every month. It can be literally crippling, or it can cause you to never have kids. If you ever want a kid in your life, I highly recommend never going on birth control, because there's a like bigger chance than you think. Even if it's just a 10% chance, 10% is a big number, girl. You might not realize it, but that's a huge number in the grand scheme of things, that you could literally become infertile completely and never have kids. And for some people, that's their jam. That's what they want. They don't want to have kids. But you also don't know if you're going to change your mind later. Like, at least with a tattoo or an ear piercing, you can grow it back or take it off, or, it doesn't affect your health going forward. Like, if you're gonna pick something, like, and I get there's special cases. I love that birth control is accessible for special cases. But I do think that if there should be such a heavier implication on education in women's health, but specifically in birth control, because it is literally like, I don't know about you guys, but when I was in high school, the amount of friends of mine, because I didn't date until I turned 18. but I knew about a lot of that stuff. I was just scared of men, because rightfully so. I had really bad interactions with some of them growing up, but it's chill now. Men and women, both great, cool, chill, totally different conversation for another day. But anyways, and I wasn't always Christian, so I had a period of my life where I was sexually active. So I have personally experienced things. I know things. You don't just write off what I say, please. Because it literally, I learned the hard way for some things, like in terms of like my cramps when I got thank you so much for a follow. I literally, after I got an IUD, I got it taken out to try to reverse the side effects. Ever since then, once a month, when I first get my time a month, my period, my cramps are so crippling. I literally cannot leave my bed for 24 hours. And I'm working out and eating healthy and clean right now, which is supposed to help you with your pain down there and supposed to help balance your hormones. I'm doing those things and I still have horrible, and I used to never get cramps. I used to get barely any cramps before I went on birth control. That's insane. And I stopped taking it too. And it hasn't gone back to normal. When you put hormones in your body, I don't care what your reason for it is, be aware you're never going completely back to normal. It's not going to happen. Your body's not going to go completely back to normal no matter what hormone you're putting in your body. So just know the risks before you take them. And also, I do think I love that it's available for all ages for special cases, horrible things that might happen. But I really think that a lot of these things should not be available until these children, these teenagers who think they know everything, because I was one of them too. I thought I know everything. I think I know so much now. I probably next year will be like, dang, last year Hannah was an idiot. Your brain's still forming. If you can't drink alcohol until you're 21, what makes you think you can make a life-altering decision? It's actually insane to me so many things are legal. Anyways, all of that being said, yeah, I wish we educated more on those things. I don't know what it's like in Europe. I just know in America, we do not take the education of hormones and, even sex education in general. We do not take it seriously. And unfortunately, the little bit of education we get it's a joke. It's a meme. It's literally a meme to Americans. You can't drink until 21 years old, but you can decide the whole future of a whole country by voting at 18 years old. What's crazy too is my views on everything from teenage years to literally even in a year, from last year to this year, I feel like my brain has expanded Well said. Thank you. I feel like I wish you would like, I wish people will take my word seriously when I say everything you think you know now, you will see in a completely different light a year from now, and it'll happen again and again, probably until your late 30s. Granted, it'll happen the most until probably about 25, because around 25 is when most people's brains fully develop, specifically women. I think men is a little bit later than that. But it literally, like, I thought, okay, like, I was literally, we all fall for it. Yeah, right, mom. Yeah. Well, like, when your parents are like, well, when I was your age, this and this. And it's like, yeah, but life's different now. So, yeah. But low key, sometimes they do be spitting facts. Sometimes they do be spitting facts, though. How old am I? How old do you think I am? What's crazy? When I don't wear makeup, sometimes people, the amount of times that people ask me if I'm in high school or I just got out of high school is actually insane. It's quite a compliment. I'm not gonna lie. It's probably good for when I get older, but I am. No, I'm not 25. I'm gonna be turning. I'm 23. I'm gonna be turning 24 in June. Wearing pajamas is very. I think the reason I give high schooler vibes is just because I don't care. Like, I'll wear pajamas to the gym. I just don't care as much. Like, I think I look more my age when I dress up, when like I try to dress up, but I like cute clothes. I like comfort. Nah, she look 49. Ah, thanks. Thank you. Hannah 70. Wow. You guys are so nice to me. Hannah, you look 32. Oh, I love you guys so much. Have you ever wore a pantsuit? No, I haven't. I haven't found one. I haven't, like, I think a good like a pantsuit or like a suit on a woman is just so pretty. I think like they're so cute looking. Like, they're so cool. They make you feel so cool. I want to get a pantsuit really bad, like one of those really pretty blazer ones. Thank you for the follow, but I haven't found one that it feels like me or that fits me well, and they're expensive as balls, and I'm not trying to spend that much on a suit I'm never gonna wear because I literally never leave my house unless I'm going to the gym. 90% of the time I'm wearing a sports bra. Like, it's very. What's funny is I love clothes and I love fashion, so I have so many clothes. So much so that now that I've moved, I'm going through so much and trying to get rid of a bunch. And I would sell it, but it's just like way too much to try to picture all of it and then sell it. And also like go through like the shipping processes and stuff. So I'm probably just gonna ask my friends if they want it and then put it in storage, if like in my little in like a storage box or something for when my friends come over to pick it up or something. But yeah, I love clothes. I have a lot, but I do not wear them enough to have to make it make sense why I have so many like cute clothes. The only reason it makes sense is because I'm a content creator. I do get sent clothes, so I try not to spend a lot of money on them, even though I friggin' like cute clothes, like really well made, pretty clothes. I'm a huge fashion nerd. I almost went to fashion school. Fun fact. I also almost went to school for psychology. I almost became a therapist slash social worker. That was almost a route in life that I took. That and fashion design. Those were both, I was very close to both of those. What I did get my basics in was graphic design. Not graphic design, was business. It was just business studies. Which eventually I probably would have gone into like graphic design or like something of that, or marketing, business and marketing, because it was just a cop out easy, because I had no idea what I wanted to do when I was 18. But I really wanted, actually, I really wanted to go to fashion school. I got really good at sewing things for a while. I've forgotten a lot about how to sew things now. But I got really good at those things and really good at designing things. I mean, it's the artsy, that's why I draw a lot. But the problem is that I couldn't afford going to fashion school, because if you can afford going to fashion school, if somebody's going to fashion school, their parents have money. Most, like, or you got a crazy scholarship, or you're in insane debt. Or all three. Like, hi, Ito Tito, hello. Because unless you're going to, like, online fashion school. But, like, most fashion schools are stupid expensive, and they're always in New York or California. Currently doing an automotive course to become a semi-truck mechanic. Oh, that's cool. Semi-truck mechanic. Always hard to decide what you want to do at such a young age. Yeah, well, I mean, it changes. And also, like I said, for me, like, this has always been my dream job. I just forgot and genuinely believed it wasn't an option. So it's almost like my brain shut out the option. And so I think that's probably really normal for a lot of people, is that their brain, like, shuts out the option of what they actually want to do and what their dream job actually is, because they just believe it's not going to ever happen. If money and time wasn't an issue, what's the dream job? For me, I'm doing it. My dream job, if money and time wasn't an issue, I'd probably do YouTube more. I'd probably lean even more into YouTube. I'd probably pay someone to edit. And I would probably, and if time wasn't an issue, I'd be able to make as many videos as I wanted. But I think, like, if time and money wasn't an issue, I'd be doing what I'm doing now, but I'd be doing it to a greater extent. Like, I would be taking you guys, like, on skydiving vlogs or, like, live streaming. There's a series that I really want to do. I want to start IRL live streaming a lot because it's just really fun, because I love chatting with you guys, but I also love gaming, so I wouldn't want to only do IRL streaming. But 1 second, I have to blow my nose again. Sorry, that was really gross. So I have this idea in my head, right? And I think it's a really cool one, so don't steal it. Or if you steal it, at least credit me, or, like, take me on the adventures with you. It'd be really cool to do IRL live streaming, but also, like, take those VODs and turn them into YouTube videos and make a series where I take you guys on, like, a series of, like, Hannah learns this or Hannah does this. And that's the series, is the Hannah Does series. And you know how I said I want to do everything in life ever? Like, I have so many hobbies and interests and passions and not enough time for all of it. Imagine Hannah Does as a series, and the series is like, okay, we're going skydiving today. I'm getting my license, and we're going to do that for a week straight of IRL skydiving, getting my license, finally get our license. A week straight of horseback riding or horseback archery. A week straight of learning combat or Muay Thai combat. A week straight of getting singing lessons, IRL. A week straight of, like, yeah, going to a farm and learning how to farm and cultivate crops, learning how to make sourdough bread, like, learning how to, like, be a mechanic, learning how to, like, just doing, like, a fashion show or something like that, just doing all these, like, cool things that I've always wanted to do or learn how to do, like making a song. Like, it could be, like, a week straight of, like, like a month straight of, like, taking singing lessons and learning how to use, like, music programs online and stuff, and then trying to make my own, like, album for funsies, and we do that for, like, a month or two. Thank you so much for a follow. And then we, like, it's just, like, literally, like, Hannah Does the series, and then you make it into YouTube videos every time, and then we IRL stream almost every day, progressing this series, and then it gets more and more insane every time to, like, you know, Hannah, I don't know, goes like live stream shark diving, I don't know, something insane. And just, like, getting really into these things, right? And, like, I just think it could get cooler and cooler. I just think that would be such a fun thing later in life, but I don't have enough time. I don't have enough money. I'm struggling mentally right now to the point where I can't even make TikToks. So, like, it's not happening right now, but hey, give it a few years, maybe. Come back a few years, y'all. Come back a few years. I would love to climb a mountain. Mount Everest, like, that's a bucket list thing. For me, bucket list things are, like, climbing a mountain. Like, I literally love everything. I do fishing. I miss fishing. I used to go fishing and crawfishing and frogging all the time as a kid. Wait, give me a second, y'all. TikTok, guys, join my Twitch live stream because I'm gonna hang up here because I'm gonna just focus on my Twitch for a little bit, on my Twitch community because I love them so much. I'm glad that you guys are here for so long. HNNHXS on Twitch. I'll still be live on Twitch if you guys want to hop over there into the chat and talk with me and hang out with me. We're gonna keep talking and chatting. But thank you guys so much for hanging out on TikTok. I love you guys so much. I don't know if I'll do this again. Probably, maybe. I don't know. Felt awkward, but it was cool. It was chill. All right, I love you guys. Bye. How do I end it? Oh, there you go. Okay. And then you guys give me 1 minute because I have to go to the bathroom. So I'll be right back. Stick around, chat up a storm. And whenever I come back, thank you for the hydrate. Whenever I come back, we'll chat a little bit more. Hi, I'm back. Sorry, I don't know. If you guys are new here, TMI does not exist to me. So, without further ado, the reason I took so long, I had to poop. That's why. I had a coffee. Technically, I had a coffee and a half. This is my second coffee of the day. Just, sometimes you got a little bit of coffee, you got a little bit of caffeine in your system, and just the bathroom is calling, toilet calling. So, that's why I took a minute. How did how did the poop look is crazy. You're right, women don't poop. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for absolutely bamboozling all of you guys. Women don't actually poop. This was all just a clever ploy to get you to pay your taxes. Yeah. I'm with the IRS. I'm just kidding. Oh, that's the wrong screen. mm. I'm curious. It's already been 3 hours of absolute just yappage. 3 hours of yappage. That's insane, actually. Hi, Blakeic. I was just pooping too. Oh my gosh, poop twins! Let's go, baby. Hashtag connected for real. hi, CSP1. Hello. I don't care who the IRS sends. I'm not paying taxes. When we're playing Fortnite, when we run in a game of Fortnite, hey, on the 24-hour stream next weekend, clock the calendars, take off work. I don't freaking care. Stay up with me because I'm staying up 24 hours straight, baby. And then maybe following another 24 hours straight right after that. So if you can stay up with me the whole time, then you're kind of the coolest person in the entire world. So literally take off work, do whatever you need to do. Be there, be square, or don't be square. I mean, we will be playing Minecraft, so maybe you will be square. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Just be there. The 11th. The 11th of this month, next weekend, next Friday, I think. Next Friday at 11 a.m. Mountain Time is when it starts. So basically, yeah, that's it. I'm still talking though. Still talking. Sound insane? Maybe. But I'm still talking. Thanks for the follow. If you stay the whole stream, you're unemployed. Or you're just chill like that. Alternatively, you're just chill like that. I'm off Fridays and Saturdays. I got you. Let's go, baby. Let's go. We got him. Also, Hannah, let me know if you need someone to play with during 24 hours. Let's go, Bubbles. Let's go, W Mod. If you can say that, I'm now eating McDonald's after poop. Is that bad? I feels bad. Is it the Minecraft McDonald meal? The McDonald Minecraft meal? Is the McDonald Minecraft meal worth? Should I get one? I haven't gotten it yet. Should I get it and try it on stream? Is it worth it? Is it worth it? Be 100% honest. Was the Minecraft movie as bad as it was exactly what I thought it would be. It was a meme. It was a brain rot meme movie, but it was good for that reason. But was it good for, was it actually good? No. But it was good because it was what it needed to be. The storyline, really mid. So mid. They could have done so much more with the storyline. But, movie-wise, it was they actually did a pretty good job. There was one girl in the Minecraft movie. I did not like her acting at all very much. It felt very theater kid. She also did not pass as an adult for me. She definitely looked like she was like a sophomore in high school. So she did not pass, I don't know. I don't know how she got in that movie, but she did. But I did not like her acting in that movie. It felt so fake. It felt like everyone else. Honestly, I didn't think Jason Momoa was going to be good. His acting, for the character, actually pulled off pretty well. I felt with everyone else in the movie, even though it was a stupid movie, I felt like, yeah, this is real. I buy it. This is their characters. I can immerse into the world a bit. When that girl was acting on screen, maybe it's just me, I did not, it felt like I immediately got, pulled out of the movie. Like, oh, you're watching a movie. Like, I couldn't immerse because it didn't feel real. Like, it felt, I don't know. She was the girl with the short bob cut. She was the older sister in the movie. Thoughts on Spider-Man being a juggernaut and MJ being Venom right now? What? I haven't heard this lore yet, Jail Steve. Is this new? Where is this coming from? Guys, should I go to sleep? It's 2 a.m. Nah, stay up just a little bit longer because I'm only going to be on for a little bit longer. I still got to go gym today. Today, I have a leg day today. So thank you so much for a follow. The actual storyline in current Amazing Spider. No. What? You're joking, Jail. So do you like the actual story? Because the writers have changed, right? Like, is it actually okay right now? Yeah, I didn't think so. That sounds not good. That sounds just not good at all, actually. Well, happy birthday, Rantala. I hope you have a happy... Oh, it's not your birthday. Okay. I was so quick to wish you happy... You played on my emotions. Welcome into chat. If I was a writer, I would have made it about Steve, who was the only surviving member of a group who was wiped out by Herobrine. Ooh. Wanting to defeat Herobrine, searches for Notch, but eventually runs into Alex, and she reveals she also wants to beat Herobrine because he killed her father. Yeah, like, there's so much room for a better storyline, even for a kid's movie. The storyline they went with was very... how... It was very... It definitely felt like a kid made the storyline. It definitely felt like a kid came up with it. Thank you, Antala. Johanna, if you like music, take a listen to Flatland Cavalry. They have some awesome songs, and I just went to one of their concerts. Ooh, I'll keep that in mind, Shadow. From the trailers, it looked like it had no story. The story... I think it was purposeful. I think the way that they made the storyline, there's not really a story. The storyline was the kind of storyline where you can end the movie and the movie's done. Like, everything is, like, you can have a part 2, but it's going to be a completely different story next time. It's not a continuation of the last story. It's nothing crazy like that. It feels like they purposely made the storyline to be something that's super forgettable. Like, they purposely made it something where it doesn't interfere with the Minecraft lore at all. I was kind of sad that they didn't, like, kind of include, like, the whole Ghast lore that's going around right now. That Ghasts are originally from the overworld or something, or, like, hint at something like that. It felt like they really tried their best to make things very... like, to where it wouldn't affect the actual Minecraft lore at all going forward. It was like almost like it was a side story or a side plot, like a side quest. It didn't feel like an actual part of the main plot of Minecraft, if that makes sense. That's how it felt. I know it's a sandbox game, but there's still some storyline to it, like, vaguely, especially with the playthrough. What do you call it? The Minecraft story games. No, I haven't played any of the Resident Evil games. I was thinking maybe during the 24-hour stream. In the 24-hour stream, also !Discord in chat. They'll a link if you type out !Discord in chat, there'll be a link that pops up. You can join our Discord community, and then you get, like, noticed whenever I'm live. You get noticed whenever I do the 24-hour stream, or I'm, like, putting out a form for more mods or, like, anything. But also you can make friends with people to play video games with online, which is super sick. Thank you so much for a follow. We also have a mental health thread, so if you're, like, going through something and you want to post something and, like, you just feel like you needed to vent or something, there is a place to do that on our Discord server as well. And also in the future, whenever I do make a new Minecraft server that you guys can be a part of, it'll be through Discord. All of that being said, I have seen some of the 24-hour suggestions. I think I have completed my 24-hour thing. If you go on my Instagram. Yeah, surprisingly, Ghost Wolf. I honestly didn't think it was gonna get 86 Rotten Tomatoes. 86% Rotten Tomatoes. That was very surprising to me. I think a lot of people like it for the meme. I think it was, like I said, I think it's the fact that they advertised it to be exactly what it was in movies. A meme. So it's really like for that fact alone, peak cinema because brain rot. But at the same time, in terms of like genuine like critic, genuine review, no, it was nothing crazy. It was nothing great. It was just very. It was very funny, not because the movie itself was very funny, but because it's a meme. um, hello, the big sauce. But yeah, all of that being said, I do think it's worth watching. I think it's worth watching, especially if you go with a friend. I think right now, while it's still in hype phase, go watch it with a friend. It's a fun watch. It's a fun activity to do. It. The people who go and watch it are really funny too. Like the kids' reactions when they laugh to the stupidest jokes ever is so funny. The adults and teenagers' reactions when they show up wearing like Minecraft armor, like these groups of teenage boys wearing full suits coming to watch the movie, super funny. It's an experience. It's fun. So I do think it's worth a watch. Herobrine was not in the movie at all. Unfortunate. Yeah, there is something else I was gonna say. I don't remember oh yeah, during the 24-hour stream, there are what do you call it? Milestones or incentives for when we hit certain like we surpass certain amounts of subs during the stream. Thank you for the follow. So make sure you save your money for subs for that stream if you want to be a part of that, and if you can't afford that, obviously I don't expect it. You can literally, if you want to support me and you don't have the income to do that, literally just show up, be a part of chat, be a proactive member of the community. That already goes such a massive a long ways. That already goes such a long ways. But all of that being said, some of the milestones that I have, because you mentioned Resident Evil, that's where, man, my brain goes on so many train tracks. There is like a horror game section, and I'll play Resident Evil for a little bit during that 24-hour stream, especially when I'm sleep deprived. I'm sure that'd be funny. And then secondly, there's also a community games portion where, for those of you who are like, oh, when are we gonna run Fortnite and stuff, during that 24-hour stream, the way that I do 24-hour streams, the first 24 hours is just stay awake 24 hours straight. People sub, people dono, and then after that first 24 hours runs out, we actually kind of treat it like a subathon, but only during that first 24 hours, every sub and dono that was given adds time on. So we will take all of that, add time on the timer once it runs to 0 from the first 24 hours, and then I will stream the rest of that time. And during that time, you can still sub and dono. It just won't add time on, but it will get us to certain incentives to do fun things during that stream. So that's kind of how my 24 hours streams work, to explain it better. So it will be like probably a 2 or 3 day stream, like with no break. Which is super fun, which means you guys will at all times a day have something entertaining going on. But there will also be a period of time where we might hit the incentive of community games, where for like probably a good 4 or 5 hours, we'll just be playing games with chat. I'll be playing games with you guys being a part of it. And some of you guys might have voice perms as well already. If you guys already like achieved getting the voice perms in Discord, then that means that maybe I can drag you in and you can also be a part of the stream itself as well. So it's super fun. And we could play FPS games together. We could play funny games together. There'll be a lot of things. Imagine having rights. I'm a woman. I don't know anything about that. Resident Evil 7 is the scariest and also not too long. So you're saying that might be the better option for me? Okay. So, yeah, I really hope a lot of you guys show up to that. And I think it'll be really fun. That was really bright. If I go right here, storage limits. Okay, let's see. Oh my gosh. There's so many new people. I forgot how helpful it is to stream on other platforms at the same time as stream on Twitch, because so many of you guys are new, and I'm so happy to see you guys in chat. That's insane. I'm so excited to check it out. Dude, Stare Dog, let's go. Let's go, brother. Roblox SpongeBob Simulator. Dude, we should just play Roblox horror games for 24 hours straight. I think I would actually lose my marbles if I did that. I think I would actually, like, I think that would, like, change some brain chemistry in me if I played Roblox horror games for 24 hours straight. I think I would become the horror game. I would become the horror. I don't know what I'm saying. Okay, guys, today I'm gonna be hitting leg day in the gym. Do you guys have any suggestions on pre-workout meals? Like, should I eat right now? Cause I ate breakfast at like I woke up kind of late today and I ate really late today, so I think I ate breakfast around like 12. Should I eat again right now that it's 6 p.m. and then wait like half an hour to an hour and then go to the gym? Or should I just get like some pre-workout and like hit the gym and then eat after I get back from the gym? What do you guys think? Bring a small towelette for you to cry during leg day is so funny. Flint and meal from I'm having a stroke from McDonald's. I'm joking about having a stroke, but I probably shouldn't do that because one day, what if that like actually, that's like one of my biggest fears. What if like I actually have a medical emergency on live stream? Do you know how embarrassing that would be? Like, it'd probably save my life because somebody would be able to react super fast. But, like, do you know how embarrassing it would be to have, like, a medical emergency on live? Like, live. Like, bro said he'd laugh is crazy. Eat the gym. You delicious. Snack then gym. Slam pre-workout and lift. Eat. Banana and Rice Krispie for energy. I'm getting all sorts of advice. Man. I joke every time that I'm rich and it never happened. You make a fair point, Marino. She accidentally manifests medical problems. I don't know. Marino makes a fair point. He jokes about being rich all the time, and it's not happened yet. So, I don't know. Maybe tomorrow's your lucky day, Marino. We'll know when you start gifting subs like crazy. When your pockets are absolutely lined. Sailboat, duck, red jump. I don't know what that means. Fireball pre-workout. You're telling the girl who doesn't drink alcohol or smoke or even curse, like I don't even say curse words, you're telling me to drink Fireball as pre-workout? Yeah, that checks out. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Leave it to introvert, not take anything serious. What happened to 3 meals a day? I'm still gonna eat 3 meals a day. That's why I'm thinking I should eat now. I am at 3 days. I've been eating like a good amount of food recently. Like I'm not as lean. I was skinny fat before because I didn't have muscle. So I wouldn't even consider that lean. I'm gaining muscle right now. So I'm kind of I've put on a little bit of chub, but like not really chub. I'm not politically correct with my words. I'm gonna get canceled. Thank you for the follow, Spoon. Hannah so real. Eat now, girl. Eat food, then pre-workout. You'll absorb the caffeine more slowly, and it'll give you more time to digest before you go. Plus, straight pre-workout powder on an empty stomach can cause stomach ulcers. That's so facts, especially because the pre-workout that I have is like a sour flavor. It's like sour gummy worm pre-workout, which is like probably so bad for me. What about a small snack before? Oh, I've also had like almost 2 coffees today before I'm gonna have some of this, but I'm only having half the amount of pre-workout, so it's fine. It's probably fine. Guys, my caffeine intake is I might actually have a medical emergency. Yeah, I'll probably eat. That's probably what I'm gonna do. Going on a cut literally just to prove my cousin it's about discipline. I'm excited to hear. Also, please post in the well, if you're comfortable with it, of course, please post in the gym chat little updates here and there. I'm very interested on knowing how that goes cuz I know you and you have been bulking. You have put on some muscle mass, brother. So I'm very interested and excited to see how this cut goes. Dude, I just tried one yesterday and it was peach rings and it's so good. I feel like I've heard of the one that you're talking about. It's really popular on like TikTok and stuff right now. Hey sisters, today we'll be eating Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, sisters. Today we'll be eating before our workout today. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that like and notification bell and to never miss a post and Sorry. I'm sorry. This is my apology video. I'm so sorry, guys. Sometimes it comes out. Sometimes I just. Anyways, thanks for the inspiration. I'm gonna go run. These these tornado sirens will not stop going off. Well, maybe if you believe in the power of friendship, the tornado sirens will turn off. Maybe you'll become the tornado siren. I don't know. I'm losing my mind right now. I don't know what I'm saying. If this is what I'm like, I've only been chatting for like 3 hours straight. Thank you for the follow. Imagine what I'm gonna be like for the 24-hour stream next week. This is when I'm sleep deprived. This is gonna be not good. I swear when I hop on stream, the most random stuff pops out of your mouth. It's honestly a problem. Does anyone else smell burnt toast? Uh-oh. Okay, guys. Hey, surprise! We're gonna end stream here in a moment. So we're gonna raid. But the fun thing about raiding is if you raid with me, you get channel points. And as you guys know, we have some really cool channel points. Like, one of our channel points is being able to redeem a Pokemon card pack pool, which is really fun. But it's also to hydrate me, make sure my posture check is good during the 24-hour streams. You definitely want to save up on your binks for posture checks because I will have the most horrendous posture during the 24-hour streams. And whenever I'm like sleep deprived, I get so pissed off when you guys use posture checks. It's so funny to you guys. And it's funny to me after the fact. Thank you for the follow, Lashao. But during, I get so genuinely upset. Stream tomorrow. I'm pretty sure I'll be streaming tomorrow. I'm almost certain. Also, happy Easter Sunday this weekend, y'all. Okay. Guys, go give Avery Jean a awesome welcome and give her lots of love. I will see you. Don't forget !Discord in chat. Join the Discord. Get everything that you need. All the notifs, all the things. Be a active member of the community. I love you guys so much. Please come hang out again soon.